Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is David Palmer, Leo King, and Craig Skidmore here for Deep Love Tarot, your weekly love horoscope and reading for the week of April the 19th through the 25th of 2021 here on highvibe.tv. Make sure that you join us on highvibe.tv and become a member so you get access to all the exclusive content that comes to you every week. And of course, I just did Rising to the Darkness, Purgatory. It is now available. All you have to do is go to highvibe.tv and click on the menu. It'll say Purgatory, and that's where you can purchase this amazing 4 hours plus presentation. Yep. And then if you're a member, you can watch the Q&A part, or there's actually where if you get this bundle, you can actually watch to where there's a Q&A for another couple hours afterwards. It is definitely something that you want to get. It is a truther version of what's going on right now from a place that you will find nowhere else. You have not heard anything of this sort anywhere else. I can guarantee you that. Make sure you check it out on highvibe.tv. Click on that menu. Purgatory.
Purgatory, baby.
I hope you're not in purgatory with your love life. Are you, Craig?
Is it purgatory if you choose to be in a situation with a little lack of love? Or is it forced upon you in purgatory? I don't know.
I don't know.
The links below to purchase as well. So that's that. And smash that like button. Thank you very much. It's going to bring love into your life. Don't quote me on that, but it might just bring some love into your life if you like this video.
I think you can put yourself through your own purgatory. Even if you're not playing with yourself, that's purgatory too. Some people are like that. Some people won't even play with themselves. Well, just go listen to Adam Sandler, the first CD, like, kids. Go listen to Grandma and what she says at the pool.
Oh, Grandma.
What your mama says at the pool.
Are you talking about Adam Sandler?
You remember that?
Yeah. I used to bump that shit loud.
Me too. I got in trouble for bumping that shit loud at my 6th grade Corona Del Mar beach.
Apparently neighbors don't want to listen to that shit. Their loss.
I played it so loud that all 8 D batteries for that boombox died.
Oh, that D died?
Well, my D's never die. My D never dies.
No.
But yeah.
The Energizer D?
I don't know. I think being in 6th grade, I didn't really have a choice of which batteries to pick. True. I think it was whatever, you know, I could jack for my parents at the time, like whatever I could find. I think I probably jacked them out of my dad's fucking mag light or something.
Right. But now you get to choose what D you want.
Well, I don't like D in my life, but
yeah,
I like D batteries.
Yeah.
I choose Duracell over because it starts with a D. You'd think that if you were going to get a D battery, you'd want one that started with a D. And my name's David, and I have a big D.
Just a bunch of D's hanging out.
Yeah, Mars and Scorpio. Well, we are in Taurus now. Speaking of the opposite of Scorpio, we got a full moon next week. So next week's show. But, this week we got to prepare people for love for this big full moon. And Pluto retrograde with a full moon in Scorpio. Shit's about to go down. This is the last week of all the planets direct. So, when it comes to love, last hope. Last hope. And we got some really cool stuff, but we're going to talk about that in a second. If you never watched the show before, we are going to do your love reading, of course, for the collective. We're going to go through the collective reading and see what's going on there. But we also do go through all 12 signs by making sure that we go at random from the high vibe.
I love gold.
Chalice.
Chalice and goblet of love.
Ooh, adding that spice to it. Mm-hmm. What else can we add to this thing?
New Astro dice.
No, well, I'm saying like to the cup.
What was the? I must have.
You added the goblet of
love.
Love and the cup of everlasting fucking squirts.
Everlasting
and
D.
The
golden D.
Fucking the everlasting just ecstasy of O's.
Ecstasy of O's.
And multiple O's.
There you go.
And
it's like an everlasting gobstop.
Instant love and marriage to.
What if you don't want the marriage?
10 of cups. Then whatever. Fake it.
You just want the D.
Just fucking take whatever's the ultimate. Dude. That's what's in this cup. And Astro dice.
New dice, baby.
Yeah, I feel bad because this was a gift sent by a viewer like 7 months ago or something. And when I moved, we found them under my bed, and I don't remember who, and I didn't even know these were in the gifts. I feel bad.
But we appreciate it. So
we really appreciate it. If it was your gift, please put it down and be like, those were my dice. Those were my dice. And if anybody gives you shit about it, I'll be like, no, we told you to put that out there. But so, yeah. And then we're going to go through, of course, all those 12 sun signs. So it's going to be quite a show. Make sure that you, of course, hit that like button. That's what helps us out, especially in these times. Being truthers and giving the truth out there while doing it with fun, love, and happiness seems to not be cool anymore. I think like people think it's cool now. And I keep saying it's like the new Instagram models, YouTubers, and everything are pushing the false agenda that is put out by the media. So push that like button because that's the only way we're able to be seen anymore. It's fucking crazy going from millions of views to literally, I mean, the channel's gotten 30 million views, but I'm just saying that like they don't want the real cool shit out there, kids.
Can't handle the truth.
You know, if you want to help spread the cool shit to people, fucking hit that like button. We really appreciate it. I say we go into this and start with the collective. See what's going on. I'm going to give the Astro. But that's it. The only time you hear the Astro on the show, I might throw it in on individual readings, but it's right now. The big week, we are now in Taurus. I don't know if you can feel, you feel like a cow yet? You feel like a bull. There's cows out there and then there's bulls. I feel like a bull right now. Brr. But, you know, we got Venus here, its home sign. We got Mercury here that just moved in with the sun, just left from Aries into there. And we got a moon in Leo coming in the next couple hours, actually. That's going to square the sun. So talk about the best vibe on earth is Leo and Taurus. Somebody I know has got that setup just flipped. But it really is. This is a big week. Yeah?
The Taurus moon?
The Taurus moon. But it's a Taurus, it's a Leo moon squaring a sun in Taurus at 0.
Yes.
It's happening on my 0 Leo sun.
Ooh, sexy time.
But we are at quite a week. Mercury and Venus are meeting up with the planet Uranus to square Saturn in Aquarius. We got Mars leaving Gemini, entering into really pathetically slow fold position Cancer. So manifesting our deeper needs is where it's going, not our excitement anymore, which might be a good thing. I think everybody's been too scatterbrained. So I'm going to give some positive to that Mars in Cancer. It might be like, okay, we need our cup filled because it's been empty. It's been 2 years since Mars was in Cancer. So, you know, and especially if you look 2 years ago, that's when you were trying to fill up your needs, but it was so much Capricorn that it was like, no, not going to happen. Now we might actually get our needs filled. That would mean that you would have to go back 4 years to when the last time you filled up your juices. Or you got filled up with juices.
To the top.
Although, I'm just going to start. It's just one of those days. I'm going to start the crazy shit first.
What you got?
Are you sure you want juices from certain people now? I just learned this from a TikTok. If you've been double shot, there's like a secret code now. If you've been double shotted or one shotted, they do this. If you see anybody doing this and this, I don't know if you'd want their juices because I don't know if I'd want some of that viral shedding.
Yeah, that's
I said it.
That's a no from me, dog.
I don't want that shit squirted anywhere near me.
That's a no from me, dog.
I don't care how hot you are either. Just not, and it's nothing like trying to be like, you know, it's just like.
Just a misalignment of the energy that I'm looking for and that I'm bringing into my life.
Yeah, and I don't really feel like experimenting with those new juices with that genetic manipulation and remessaged information. Let's just say that. So.
Juicy.
But being real, sorry, you know, like they make no fly lists out there. And then, you know, girls can say on dating apps like, oh, if you smoke, I won't talk to you. Well, okay. If you start doing if you're starting to do this or you're starting to do this, I don't, you know, it should be like, okay, I'm gonna get this show fucking way too off. You know, those fingers should be used in other motions than doing this and that. Like, shit. Okay, I said it, but I said it in an easier way than I was gonna say it.
Yes, like whistling.
Or they call that what? Dog whistling? Shit. Oh my God. These people are fucking insane. We are living in an insane world. So in love, it's hard to find love. And I know because, you know what? Anybody who's awake right now is seeing the future and seeing the beautiful light of the future. But it's hard. And I want to tell everybody when it comes to love right now, it's hard. There's so many people out there that are hitting me up every day. Like, everybody around me is falling for the spell. And it's like, there is love out there with others that are truly not in the spell. And I know that this is now becoming a very weird thing when it comes to love and the collective, because, of course, of beliefs, and also what has not been said yet, but will probably be a big thing with Saturn square Uranus and Mercury Venus covering that this week. You know, this is awesome week for random and unexpected events that are going to happen very fast in your environment that are really fulfilling your needs quick with relationships, and some that are going to exit out of nowhere. So if you're with Uranus and Taurus, it's like, if it's not worthy, if it's not from God, if it's not natural, of the most beautiful love ever, it will be taken out. If it is, it will be either stayed or brought in. So, you know, there's going to be couples that are going to fucking break up this week because they're not divine or in divine love. And then there's people that are single out there that haven't been filled up, that divine is very possible. That square to Saturn, though, can make people feel really discouraged, especially whether it's your self-worth. So if you're having self-worth issues right now, you're going to have to connect to the greatest worth of your life. This is Taurus, Leo square on the moon. This is Mercury, Uranus, and Venus meeting on Uranus, on Uranus, meeting at Mercury and Venus, square Saturn. This is going to cover this weird world we live in and how to connect instead of looking at how much scary it is and to disconnect. No, connect with your passion, connect with your value, connect with what you know. Don't be scared. And when it comes to love with Mars and Cancer, you know, it's time for you to put forward energy that really finds what tickles your emotions, not just tickles your fancy, what really tickles your needs and your emotional needs. And that's out there, and we all have to find that. And I think that we have to send care and love for those that are kind of lost in the craziness right now of like really weird. It even like looks weird. I'm just going to say this because I'm just going to say this. Every picture of somebody that's getting the this or this looks weird. Doesn't look normal or natural. It seems very artificial. I'm not here to tell people to go against the fucking world or the health or anything like that. I'm just saying what I am seeing is they look weird. They look creepy weird. And that's just some truth. And you know, the moon in Taurus and the sun in Leo that I was born with, and this week we're having that square. I can tell you as a king with a moon in Taurus, it's all about the banqueting and the nice things in life. And our love lives this week need to have that. If you're not having the banquet of love, and it looks also like it's foreign or weird or altered, it's artificial. So, and if you're in love because of money without connection, or if you're in with connection but it's not going anywhere and creating anything, not going to work. So,
not up in here.
Let's see what the cards have to say for this week. Somebody sent us these cards too. We're going to try them out. I haven't tried it. And so the New Era Elements Tarot is by Eleanor Piper, PhD. So I'm going to use other cards too, but let's see what's going on with the collective in love this week. What's going on? What's going on for the collective in love? Let's see what's going on. We did get we did get the Six of Wands in reversed. We did get the Death card reversed as our challenge. We did get the Moon card upright. And we got the Two of Cups. So this is kind of interesting here. Actually, no, I think that's the Two of Swords. I'm seeing that the collective right now is feeling like we don't know where the ultimate is, but the challenge is letting go of that fear that we're not going to be victorious or not going to gain in our love lives, even if you're in a bad relationship and the fear that it's not going to work out. You got to let go of the fear. This is about letting go of deep fear. We got the overalls, the Moon card. There's definitely a lot of shedding going on emotionally. So I think that there's a lot to shed here emotionally about things that I think with the spiritual advice, it's like, you know, I think it's clear to make an easy choice. Where is it that you are still holding on to fear, or that there a lack energy, a lack that you're not going to be victorious, or that, you know, you might be talking to somebody and you're like, I don't know if it's going to go anywhere or whatever. if you remove any of that fear and allow things to be as they are, the universe is going to take you into the right places. It's not going to, take you to some horrible place where you don't get the victory. But also I always see with the Six of Wands in reverse, I always see maybe you're looking for the end result while you're in the journey to victory right now. That's what you have to realize. You're in the journey, and sometimes it looks like, you could be in the middle of the race and I don't know if I'm going to make it, right? You could be in the middle of your journey and I don't know if I'm going to make it. It's like a road trip. It's like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? There's a lot of that. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? And I think once we get out of doing that and get back into the road trip of life, of love and journey of love, we'll be fine. We got the Lovers reversed with that. Wow. So definitely it's a very big guarantee that people are feeling like they haven't found their victory in love, or they've been dating people and they're like, I don't know. Or it just feels like there's a lot of deep questions about love and if this is going to triumph or not, or it feels like there's a lot of love situations that are coming out of, they're leaving. There's a lot of whether you're dating or whether you're in a relationship, or there's just a lot of shedding and piecing out of situations that are not, to I think narrow the field to what is. Also, Eight of Pentacles reversed with that Moon card. I mean, yeah, I don't think we want to keep mastering these darker shades of the emotion or the emotional attachments to situations that aren't going anywhere and they're not creating the ultimate mastery in the life that we even really want. So I actually think that's a really good thing. I think that this is just a lot of, shedding, but I think that people are going to have that issue of realizing that you have to look at both sides of life. And it's pretty clear to see where, do you see the light at the end of the tunnel, or do you only see darkness, or do you keep staying in that darkness, or do you move to the light? And I know that sounds so cliche, but that's what the cards are showing. And if we were to look at both sides of this, it's kind of interesting with the Lovers reverse and the Eight of Pentacles reverse. It's like, why are we going to keep trying to master this love story situation in our life that's not working? So that needs to come up, and then we can't have the victory if we're not emotionally honest. I think this is going to bring out emotional honesty. If somebody calls you out, where are you at emotionally? Don't fucking put out a false story and try to master your fucking slick willy ways of trying to keep it all together. Just be real. This is about being real, because I think that there's a lot of people that are sitting on the fence, that are sitting in their own world. And I know that people always feel like, especially that dudes ghost, chicks ghost too. And everybody's in a ghost mode right now. So it's ghost mode is everywhere right now, on men, women, everybody. There's a ghost mode. And then there's some people who are, I think maybe, this is everything, but there's maybe some things to deeply look at and go, is this really where I want to go? Is this really a victory yet? Because this could be false. Somebody could change their mind really quick on you this week with this Venus-Uranus stuff. So our overall that we got here, we got Embrace. That's kind of interesting here. What did we get with the Astro deck? Kind of changing things up here. Just do that Embrace. What's embraceful? Look at that little mouse and Ganesha are woo! Embrace it, baby. Well, we got the I Am Aries card. We got that. We got to define and get what we want, what we really want. We can't have what we don't want. We can't keep anymore, because we're in Taurus, what we don't want. I think that's going to be very clear. What we want and what we don't want. It's very clear. It's anything that is something that we don't want and that we don't identify as, we can't do it. And I think that that's going to be kind of hard for people, but this offers us the courage. And this offers us the courage to go towards what is there that is embraceful, that's going to bring us the equal parts of our life. What did we get here? We got friendship. It's also with that 2 card too. And I feel like I'm looking at this as are we just really just friends? Is it better off as just friends? That needs to be identified first. Because I know tons of couples I've done readings for and stuff where they're better friends than they are lovers. And it's you could continue to try the love story thing, but maybe the friendship story is better. And then there's somewhere it's all this love, but you haven't built a friendship. But I think that it's going to be core to understanding that this is about the kind of energy of people that you want to be around is the only people that are going to work for love now. So it's the group associations, the same understanding, the same kinship about life. And it could also be somebody that was or if you're dating or you're trying to find something, maybe an old friend that you never thought was going to ever be a lover turns out to be a lover. Or maybe, a lover that you always thought was a lover is going to turn out to be a friend. There's a lot of this kind of, really weird. This is a weird week with love, but I think it's going to all end up really good. Our shadow card that we got for this week. What did we get here? Well, we got hiding your true self. So I said everybody's ghosting. Everybody's hiding just their truth. Or people are just hiding their real self, or they're afraid to expose what they really like about somebody, or they're afraid to expose, like they're shy maybe. And I think everybody's like, gotta just put it all out on the table this week. That's what I'm feeling very deeply. If you are single, the Emperor, oh man, single people are definitely looking for that strength and are going to get what they want, and they're going to take that action. Look, we got good old Lincoln on there, the Lincoln Memorial. There's an Aries on there too. Definitely, it's like fighting people who are in their power and know who they are. So if you're single and you're looking for somebody right now, only somebody who's really determined, know where they're at, know who they are. If they have questions about themselves and they don't really know what they're doing, like stay away. If you're in a relationship, wow, this is the six of Aquarius. Yeah, six of Aries. Okay, six of Swords reversed. Oh man, there's a better place to go. Are you both going together, or are you guys both going separate? So there's like something like this relationship needs to move to a new place. Are you both going or not? That's the big question if you're in a relationship. Or it feels like you both are going to a new place, and that's just a basic, easy overall there. And then, of course, that overall was Ganesha, embrace. What's it? I mean, it could be as simple as when you do embrace, do you feel like it's like holy shit, or do you feel like it's like just two bodies embracing, Oh, Astro dice. Well, Aries in the 8th house. Is that Earth? Did they add Earth on this one? They did. Or it could be part of fortune, but I would say it's Earth. That's Sun, yeah, that's Earth. I mean, Earth in Aries, which would be in the 8th, but it would be looking at Libra from it. So this is definitely your own needs, passionate wise, and then also truth within relationships and extreme passion that is needed. If we were looking at this as the part of fortune in Aries in the 8th, sometimes you just need to go all the way in and see what's there.
Yeah, and I think it's about, embracing ourselves fully, the good and the bad, the light and the dark. It's that duality that we have to live with in our life. And sometimes we shy away from one of them when it gets a little too, strong within inside of ourselves. And we end up kind of compressing these emotions, compressing these thoughts and these feelings within inside ourselves, and we're not expressing it. So I think it's embracing everything within inside yourself and being okay with it, finding that light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe the fate train. Maybe you got to find that fate train, right?
Woo, woo, woo.
And again, the conversations that need to be had, it's time to have them, but you have to embrace yourself first. You have to get to know yourself first and be okay with it, so you're able to express it fully in that truth.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Hey, thanks.
Oh, I mean, it's true. You have to, if nobody's going to embrace their truth, or you can't embrace your truth, nothing's going anywhere, but especially if somebody else can't embrace it and you see it, like, I don't know.
Right.
We got Virgos as the first sign.
We get lost in ourselves sometimes. It's very easy to do.
We do. All right, Virgos, let's see what's going on with you this week for love. Interested to see what's going on with those Virgos. I feel bad, Virgos. I just put it out on my Instagram. And, I'm not afraid to name names. I cannot believe that the Astro Twins are making horoscopes talking about if you've been, or this, saying that this 9th house transit for you is like, you can go farther and explore more if you have the shot than those that don't. I think that is disgusting in astrology. And I think that they have been sold out, and they put it in Elle magazine and as the horoscope, that astrologers that are selling out like that and is disgusting to me. It's disgusting. They're not even that great. They suck anyway. They suck.
No need to mince words.
What?
No need to mince words.
Hey, I'm just being honest. I'm just, you know what? Yeah, they know what they're getting here. This is fucking truth all over here. I'm just going to fucking say it and just be it. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of this fucking psyop fucking op. I put a picture up today of me in the fucking car having a time of my life, fucking with my top off, getting my vitamin D in the sun, wearing my bandana, fucking smoking a cigarette, living my life and fucking everybody out there is just fucking tripping their balls off right now and wondering if like, I wonder what it would feel like if you did get the, you know what thing, and fucking you're seeing all the videos of everybody fucking having a seizure and passing out in cars and everything and every day. I would fucking be having a panic attack every day. Is that going to happen to me? Is that going to happen to me? Is that going to happen to me? Oh my God. So fuck the PSYOP. All right, let's see what's going on with Virgos right now. It's gonna be a rowdy show. I got a feeling. King of Pentacles in reverse is the first card, Virgo. You did get the Four Wands as your challenge card. You did get the High Priestess as your overall, and your way through this is the Two of Swords reversed. All right, Virgo. I think it's very clear that there is trouble in paradise for energy of relationships that especially are people you're dating, or if it is your current relationship and so forth, that, you know, there's some celebration that's not happening the way you want to. It almost feels like, I feel with this King of Pentacles reverse, you're dealing with somebody who is not really showing up with their duties of their, what they bring to the table, literally, and even attraction too. Your gut is telling you a whole different story though of where to go. Follow that. That Two of Swords reverse is reminding you to stop staying on the fence about what Spirit is saying. Spirit's trying to guide you right now to a really awesome story in your life. And I got a feeling that when you keep holding on to the story that you know is over and you keep trying to give it credit, like your gut's telling you a crazy radical story. We're going to find out what it is. And I think that you need to follow that. And I think that you need to stop trying to hold on to the energy that's not showing up and that you're not even that attracted to, or you're not even that really into. I feel like a lot of Virgos are like, holding on for no reason. You did pull the Seven of Swords reversed with that, so you're lying to yourself. And I think that you're lying to yourself about still putting, you know, validity or quality to somebody that you're been into or that you are with that you think is going to pull through and be some master of creation with you. Not going to happen. That High Priestess came with the Knight of Cups. Wow, you have an emotional truth. I'm going to say this about Virgos. Virgos right now have a secret love that they really want to happen in their life, and they're afraid to fucking do something about it. That High Priestess with the Knight of Cups, like, you got to be willing to take the emotional risk and go to the direction that you want to go and not let your head get in the way, because even though it's a challenge, you have the opportunity to have the real celebration that you want in life. But why are you holding yourself back? Why are you holding on to the story of people, individuals, a relationship that's not showing up the way that you want to? Well, that Void Off Course Moon came as your Astro card, and look at that, it came in that same row. So yeah, there's something deeply missing, and I don't know why the fuck you're staying around for that shit. Wow, Virgo, come on. I know my Virgos are much better out there. Come on. You got an awesome fucking love story, but it's this little secret story that you and Spirit know, but you're not doing it yet. We're going to find out. You got the new moon. It's time to take that new energy, that new emotional energy, and put it out there. It's a manifesting energy, and it's also with that Four of Wands and that Two of Swords reverse. Like, stop thinking about it too much or contemplating or think it's some big choice. It's not as big of a choice as it is. It's the way of life that you've got to go. It's like not even a choice. It's like the only way is this beautiful story. It's interesting. Why is that shadow coming up overall? But we're going to see why that shadow is about why you're too afraid to go live this. Like, I've got a feeling of like a secret that High Priestess and the Knight of Cups definitely very kind of like playing coy or playing shy. Revenge is the shadow. But you're afraid that I think either somebody else that you like or that you would have to tell, or you're afraid that people would be upset, or you're afraid with, because I feel like revenge, you feel like it would affect somebody else that could cause a negative story. That's the shadow. You don't know that. You don't know how it will go. So don't be so afraid. Don't be so afraid that somebody might come back and get revenge and blah, 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 or that some, you know, their ex or something would be involved or whatever. Like, just fucking be you and just fucking go where you want to go. Spirit's calling you. This is the dark is trying to pull you into the fear of that crazy story that you feel deep inside of your soul. It's true. You just have to see, and you have to see where it's at, and you can't be afraid emotionally to see where it's at. And reach out. Don't show up at the studios. Good thing I don't live here. That same woman showed up fucking again on Sunday, and I was laughing, watching my ring, just like, wow, this person just really is not going to stop. And it's a Ganesha card. I don't know if we still got you helping Ganesha with the Ganesha.
Ganesha, what do you have for us today?
What is it? Is it a Pizer?
No.
Personal transformation. I felt it going down with the Virgos. This is a big transformational moment, and the personal transformation of your life to get you. Look at that. Ganesha is hanging out. And look at Ganesha's got the 2, but it's going in the right direction. It's not on the arm trying to be some secret thing. Like, oh, a secret underground thing. I got fucking 2 of them. I got both. Oh my God. Fucking losers. Fucking, you're not a loser though. And look at this. This is that connected with the divine, pointing up to the spheres of the divine and the universe. And this is like a new universal cosmic story for your personal transformation that you cannot be afraid of. If you are a single Virgo out there, boom, 4 of Swords. I think it's like finding where you really want to, feel safe, secure, and where you can not have to worry so much and feel like you're all over the place about things. If you are in a relationship, Virgo, the World card, you're afraid to put an end to some situation or restart the story. It needs to be restarted. You're at the credits and something needs to change really fast here. And, it either is the end or it's the end of the cycle you've been through and a new cycle coming. But you got to get to the bottom of that and you got to confront that to make that personal transformation in your world. And your Astro Dice are... We got Venus in the 6th house of Gemini. So this is all about, you being more curious about the lifestyle that needs to change in your relationships. And, don't stress yourself out if you continue with down the road of putting first the opposite of that. Like, you're curious, like, go find your curiosity instead of like getting really bored with the same fucking story that, you don't want to change.
Yeah, I think it's a need to step out of your comfort zone as well. Reach out to individuals. Sometimes we get caught up in that fear, and then that moment passes. You were talking about that on the daily, actually. Yeah. What's going to happen? You're going to end up on Craigslist on the missed connections things, trying to reach out, saying that you walked by him in the produce section, and that could have been the love of your life, but you didn't reach out. Maybe it's a confidence thing, or maybe it's that revenge that you feel with inside yourself. Shouldn't punish yourself.
I heard from a friend of ours
once. Reach out and go get it.
I heard from a friend of ours recently that one of his buddies' wives found out about him on Backpage.
Ooh.
Oh no, I think it was Craigslist actually. Looking for men and for years, and then just recently found out. But he was doing it to kind of feel like dominant over dudes.
Interesting.
To suck his lollipop.
I don't condone the lying or the hidingness of it. He should have just been upfront. That's what he needed in his life. Maybe his wife would have been open to partying.
Don't want to be ending up on those. First of all, I'm a curious person, so it was like 10 years ago when Craigslist came out, and I looked at those as fine chicks or whatever. Disgusting. Anybody honestly, Walmart people pictures are hotter than Craigslist people pictures. There's some weird shit going on fucking Craigslist meeting people. I don't know what it is, but it's fucking creepy. Got that fucking sign right away when I saw that shit 10 years ago. I'm like, not looking over there.
Right. The misconnections, though, are very romantic. Love.
Are you going to paint a nice romantic picture about the Craigslist fine people for me?
Yeah.
For everyone?
I can do that.
Meet me in the
frozen food section next to the organic berries.
No, meet me by the dumpster behind the grocery store by the fucking homeless encampment and grill up the stolen meat with me on a shovel.
Well, I don't think we'll just find the old meat that's in the dumpster.
There you are. And now you added to the story even that much better.
I'll bring my Weber. It'll be, like I said, romantic. I'm a hopeless romantic.
Remember that? Hopeless romantic. Sagittarius.
Sagittarius, are you looking to be romantic? Get a weekend getaway. Be on the dumpster at Vaughn's.
Wonderful. With a shovel to cook it on the fire. All right, let's see what's going on with your love life. Saggy Waggy. You did pull the Page of Wands reversed. Your challenge card is the 7 of Wands reversed. Your overall is the 8 of Swords. you got the gold card as your way through this. There's, I think overall things are going to end up fine, but you've got some warning, red flags here. The one that gets me the most is your overall being that Eight of Swords. That's the shattered force in this deck, but it also is just, where you stab yourself and kind of create yourself in your own stuck place. We do have also here the Seven of Wands in reverse. I mean, there's no valor here. It's like there's no victory when there's no valor, right? Like valor comes from also being victorious before. I almost feel like Sag with this Page of Wands reversed, it's like, who's not speaking their truth of love? Are you speaking your truth of love? Like, it's almost like you might feel like no offers are coming in, but are you even available to the true offers? Or are you staying in offers where there's a lot of, like, I hate to say it, that Seven of Wands is somebody who will fight just as hard as you are. I feel like you're with people where you feel like you're doing all the work or you're doing all the fighting, and that's what making you feel trapped. Like you feeling you're doing everything and they're not doing anything back. And then like you're almost like not attracted either because you're doing everything. This world card that comes through is the way to get through it, is like, let the story end. The great one of the night of time. Like let the it might feel like darkness, but there's a new day when you accept the darkness of the end of the story. Like there's something about an end of a story here, of your love just story in general, of how things have been going, and that you need a higher form of valor. Mars in the North Node, we just had that in your relationship house. How funny. It's finishing this week and coming into Cancer really quick. What else is going on here? We got the Two of Wands in reversed, and then we got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So, I mean, this is definitely, I think that you really want to search for this better world to have in your love life. And that Three of Pentacles reversed with the Eight of Swords reversed, it's like nothing's really sticking. Nothing's building together. Could also be some past situations where there was somebody else involved. It could have been, you found out about that person talking to somebody else, but it still sticks with you in some way. Or you did that to somebody too. I mean, I'm not going to lie. But I got a feeling like, there's a lot here of like, this needs an extreme, abrupt change, which has been the story for so long. I mean, in a positive, you did get the World card, so it's trying to fucking figure out everything from every angle. What did you get here with your Astro cards? You got the Provoker, Grand Cross. Well, I mean, this shit's definitely going to provoke. It's going to be pressure, though. I think that the pressure, though, is that you could have the ultimate love life that you want and the excitement of it and the ultimate world, but you have to be willing to actually make some sort of hard, abrupt change about things. That's what I think. You're afraid of hard, abrupt change. And for some reason, I know Sages that have fucking so much power and so much life and so much fire, but like, what happened to that? What happened to that valor in yourself? What happened to that edge for the things that you want in life? This is kind of the universe provoking you to be like, hey, get that pressure back into things to get the world you want, because you're not obviously happy right now with your love life. And you're not obviously, it's like you're denying the ultimate happiness by either staying in a shitty situation or denying it from coming into your life. You pulled the full moon card. Interesting. Wow. It's definitely come to its with a world card here and with a Seven of Wands reversed. I mean, yeah, I think that you've got emotions, but you need emotions that are needed. It's like there's also a peak out in the cycle here. There's a peak out, like this situation and how your whole, we're taking relationship Sages and non-relationship Sages right now. You're at the end of your wit, I would say. Like, I'm at the end of how this is all going. I want to change now, but you got to be willing to change it. Let's see what your shadow is here. Addicted. You're addicted to this stupid path, and it's bad. It's toxic. So I'm taking it more general for all Sages, whether they're in a relationship or not, that there's addictive path that is coming to its peak out, and you need to provoke a different situation and get out of it. It's almost like you've pressured yourself into staying in the same situation and being addicted to things that really are keeping you trapped and not building anything that you want to build and not giving you the world that you really want to have. When it comes to the good old Ganesha.
Oh, what you have?
Courage. And that's what I was just feeling. It's so funny how these readings where I was just saying that I don't know what happened to Sages and their courage and their fire and their flame to go do what they fucking want. You need the courage to go do what you fucking want and allow in what you want in your life and stop being addicted to the same fucking path and playing pussy, playing wimpy. I got a feeling like there's a lot of Sagittarius playing wimpy out there. Jupiter in Libra. Oh my gosh, that's in the 6th house. So I mean, I think that it's like you got to realize that your whole understanding, you need to expand your relationship lifestyle completely and understand the life you're living needs to expand about how you're dealing with relationships. Like you know, you can't be so narrow. You got to widen the scope now. You need to widen your options. You need to widen the door instead of living in this narrow, boring, mundane relationship life.
Yeah, because you can't continue to look in the same places or operate in the same manner and think that anything's going to change. So if you are running these issues, you can probably look into your past and see where you're continuing to repeat effects of your life, repeat emotions when you react to certain situations or react to certain people. So you have to be able to kind of pull yourself out of that, you know, maybe take a step back and look at your life from a different point of view and see where these issues are that you're continuing to bring into your life, where you are allowing that to happen and bring you down. Change that. Little steps, baby steps, so to speak. What was that? What about Bob? Right,
I think so. I think so.
Baby steps. That's all you got to do. And then at a certain point, everything's going to change. But you can't just do it all at once. Dissect that. Find what's affecting you the most and focus on that.
Yeah, and I didn't pull for single or relationship for Sagittarius because that story blended into all Sagittarius there. It was like...
Some people were asking what the deck was, the one the Abraham Lincoln card.
The New Era Elements Tarot.
There you go.
I think it's a cool deck. I just don't like when people start putting the elements on it and then like there you are in a fast reading like on a show like this, it makes it difficult. And then when you're writing what the card actually probably is, but then you're kind of making your own version of it, it's good if you have the time and you sit there with the deck. But as for me as a reader, it's definitely for a show like this, it's not a fun deck to use quick.
And you can't really see my shirt, real.
but I think it's a great deck. I think everybody should get it. But I just think that, you know, if you're looking to do fast readings with it, you better know that deck and you better know, like, and it's got its own interpretations. And
you better know it.
Yeah, you better know it.
You better stay 6 feet away from me as well.
You better.
You better. 6 feet.
I'm so far away.
I don't care what
I blow my vape at you. That's 6 foot of vape. It's not even going to hit you. Pisces.
Maybe it needs to be 20 feet.
All right, Pisces. What's going on with these fishies?
They are swimming in the sea of love and lust and turmoil.
What's up? I was doing the Hannity. What's up with that fucking Maxine Waters? What's up with that crazy girl?
She is...
Does anybody in the chat know her sign? I want to know her sign.
Let's see.
Because that woman needs to be on front page of everything. They try and say that Trump started shit.
August 15th.
She's a Leo?
1938. Same birthday as my sister.
God, she is a bad representation of Leos.
So we've got you, Monica Lewinsky, me, Hill Dog, and my sister, Maxine Waters.
Your sister in the story is... At least I'm Monica Lewinsky in the story.
That's true. I got absolute power, though. So...
I don't know. Monica Lewinsky slipped out clean.
So has Hillary Clinton.
As I did a mix with Monica Lewinsky, like she's like, people just think that I just was in the office in front of people and I flashed my thong and just did. I mean, she did take it with a fucking Cuban cigar, but like she didn't just go in there and just like flash her thong in front of like a bunch of people in the Oval Office. Like she obviously flashed her thong when nobody was around. And then Maxine Waters, I don't know. I just feel like she's the culprit to a lot of this bullshit going on with all the riots everywhere and everybody upset, and she needs to be called out for that shit, and it's disgusting. She doesn't care about fucking anybody except herself and getting coverage and
her agenda.
All right, Pisces, let's see what's going on. Don't end up with Maxine Waters. If you're talking about Maxine Waters right now, Pisces, on a fucking dating app, delete them. or her. Knight of Wands upright. All right. I'm stoked. Pisces got a great card. Boom. Your challenge card is the Three of Cups. These are all good cards. Good cards flying. Yeah, the Page of Swords also upright as your overall. Wow, we got a great reading here. What else do we got here? How do you get through this? The Hermit. Okay. Well, I mean, I think that Pisces are excited about love. They're ready to go out and take the leap. This is definitely a taking the leap energy to where your heart's really going. But I think that the party is the party. But the party, any partying or people who are, I'm going to say this, and I don't know why my guides are saying this. It's almost like, because the Three of Cups is the card of the party and the social aspect and all that shit, and this is a challenge. This isn't about finding people that are hanging out at Gatsby's house, like the Great Gatsby, okay? Like you don't want to be at that house. Like you don't want to be at that vibe, that energy, like to find your love, because it's just going to create chaos. Page of Swords is being clear that right now it's time for you to find people with clarity about the love, but people who are intoxicated or lost or drunk or just partying too much, like it's going to be bad. So you won't get the clarity there. That's what makes so much sense to me, seeing this Page of Swords, Knight of Wands, ready to leap, but needs clarity. But you can't get that when you're at the party. And that's why the Hermit's showing up there. It might feel like it's boring, but it's not, because it's leading you to the ultimate love. It's leading you to where you really need to go. Not the glam and the party show that's not working anymore. I feel like it's not working. That Hermit's like, I got to go in and like process this. But it's like going in to be like, hey. So and also I feel like there's peer pressure and stuff to do certain things when you don't need to do it. Like the Hermit knows, like, I'm going to go in and I'm going to process things myself. But that Three of Cups as a challenge is like peer pressure and pressure to do things, or, you know, in all kinds of weird ways. Eight of Cups, you're walking away from something to walk into something. That's really interesting. Justice, yeah, things aren't going to ever work out unless it's got that clarity. So Pisces, I know the glam and the party shows can be really fun. But you want real justice, you want real balance, you want like truth, and you want something that's really going to leave you to love. This is you leaving somebody. You either met them through a party or you met them through something that you thought was very glamorous, but it really has turned out to be kind of a horror story, I feel like, and making you kind of retreat. But they're going to try and pull you back when you're ready to walk away into something much better. If you're in a relationship, I almost feel that you're feeling like you need a lot of things to walk away from in the relationship, and it needs to go into a much better direction. There might even be kind of an escapism tendency here that has been continuing to go on. But I feel like for you, it's also like you're taking more serious where you really want your love life to go and being much more clear. This is very positive, but there's definitely a walking away from some very toxic, very kind of like loose party, weird or glamorous or over escapist ways. You did, how funny, get the sixth house of routine. I mean, this is definitely saying it's time to straighten up your love life, but it's going to be glamorous, the love life itself, instead of like the glam of what you could find in love through the glam, but it's not. It's like, you know, it's one of those things where it looks like, well, that's like a boring route. I won't find love there. You can find the greatest love in the middle of a fucking parking lot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, love is more glamorous than any stupid party or any stupid place that you could go, that you would think is really cool. Like anything that seems like it would be normally cool is not cool for you right now, at least. You did also get the Nature Spirits card. I mean, this is definitely with the Hermit, and with that, it's like staying rooted in your spiritual foundation and trusting your guides and not trusting these false guides. Like, I almost feel like this Three of Cups right here is like these false guides that are drunk, you know, like these are like false, not prophets, but false people that think they can say things, but they're really just trying to act cool and look cool. Like, you're looking for the real deal here, and you're looking for your relationship to get better in a real deal. Maybe you're dealing with a partner right now who's kind of lost in that kind of world, or you're considering to go do that, to get out of it, to escape it for a moment, but it wouldn't go well. Your shadow that you pulled is the Masquerade. Yeah, like, you know, it's just a fake mask, right? Or even parties that are about the mask, or where you have to wear a mask of life, or where you have to put up that fakeness. Like, it's a fake energy that you're getting out of this week to find true love and to find the true energy. And any of the fakeness in your relationship life, if you're in a relationship or not, is going to also have to come to you got wholeness. You're looking for that. You're not going to find wholeness in a Three of Cups party situation in a challenge position. You're going to find wholeness by going into retreating into the truth of where your truth is, into the routine, into a much more healthier life, and leaving behind a lot of toxic energy and getting the clarity and the justice you need from getting out of the masking of that falsivity. If you are in a single, we got the 9 of Wands here. It's like, let down your defenses, but be aware of like what you're letting in based upon if it's coming from this kind of glammy, kind of Great Gatsby fucking house story kind of thing. And then if you're in a relationship, Knight of Cups, there's definitely stuck emotions right now if you're in a relationship, Pisces, and you're going to have to try and work through and see if you can get the emotions much more moving, because it feels like it's going nowhere right now, and there's a lot of work that has to be done emotionally on both fronts of you and the partner.
Dice.
Oh,
Le dice?
Forgetting about the dice. You got Pluto and Pisces, interesting, in the 7th house. So yeah, this is an end of a relationship situation that honestly is from the dark and bringing you to the ultimate light of truth, and not getting seduced into relationships that are hiding some sort of other agenda behind them.
Yeah, there needs to be a sense of trusting your intuition and trusting yourself fully. Sometimes we get like a fogged judgment. It starts to cloud our judgment. And we make a couple wrong turns, and then that starts to snowball, and then that becomes a major part of our life.
Right.
It's hard to pull ourselves out. It can be really hard, But again, like before we were saying, take those baby steps. It doesn't need to be all accomplished, but it's once you start to acknowledge the issues, once you start to acknowledge the wrong turns that you made, that's when you can start to right it and find your way back onto that path of fulfillment and the path of love and the truth that you live in.
You got the touch. You got the power. He even sings it like that too. Yeah.
That was very good.
Did you see Mark Wahlberg's mom passed away this weekend?
I did not see that. Condolences.
Yeah, I saw that. I felt for them. I don't know why though. I was just thinking because of the whole party thing. If you watch that movie, fucking I don't remember forgetting the movie
Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights, fucking. It's that whole like, oh yeah, this looks like a good party, and I'm gonna find love here, and yeah, it's like, oh god, no. That one dude fucking.
Lots of wrong turns.
There's a lot of wrong turns in that movie, but I think the biggest wrong turn is like the camera guy, remember, and his wife gets banged by all those dudes all the time, and then finally on New Year's Eve he just goes, fuck this.
Yep.
So
Wrong turns.
But, one of the wrong turns with Mark Wahlberg is he just gets too involved. He gets it wrong turns. But,
he gets deep.
He gets deep to just like, although the song, I kind of like it. I kind of thought it would have been a good 80s song. Like, like, you got the power. Yeah.
And then he was in,
After all that's said and done, something, you're on the run. You're a winner. I remember the song. Who's next?
I see what they go.
You're a winner. Aquarius.
Aqua, huh?
You got the power.
You got the power, Aqua.
Yeah. Oh shit! You got the power, Aqua. You got that power
of touch.
Let's see what's going on, Aqua. What's going on? What's going on with that love life, Aqua? Are you on a spaceship, or are you on the Earth? You ready to be on the Earth, or you want that alien love? What is it? What is it? You got the Emperor card reversed. You got your challenge as the Chariot. You've got the Queen of Swords is reversed as your overall, and your way through this is the Four of Pentacles. Well, I think that for you, I know that there's a lot of needs and wants. The Four of Pentacles is definitely, look at that, the little diamonds and rubies, and oh God, this is like what I want. And the Chariot, you're too afraid to like really go to where you want to go. I feel like this is like you kind of wimping out. The Emperor reversed, the Queen of Swords reversed. This is on your own end. I feel like, especially it's like, I think that you're too afraid to go in what you're really clear with. You're denying, you're contemplating too much, you're questioning too much, and you're too afraid to just go with what you really want to do. So I think that there's relationship situations that you really want to do, but I think that you're in a lot of doubt about it. And I think that you need to get out of that doubt. You need to get back to that Emperor that's like, hey, part of the journey of being the Emperor to get where you really want to go is it's why the emperor is more esteemed than a king is because it doesn't need blood just to be there. It got there on its own. And I think that you need to learn now for your love life to get where you really want to get. You have to take more responsibility and more action. And that chariot reverse, or in the challenge position, is it's time for this awesome, glorious story that the universe is pulling you towards. But and that's going to take you to where you really want to go. But it's like, I think you're unclear, or you're thinking in your head too much, or you want more clarity. There's nothing worse than, in relationships where it's like, I want more clarity. I want more clarity. It's like, sometimes just like fucking go towards what you want and see what happens, and say what you want and be what you want. And don't worry so much about getting the clarity before you do it. See what happens after. You pulled the strength reverse. I knew it. I was going to say that you were being, what did I say? Like you were just kind of being like a little weak. I mean, strength reversed with the emperor reversed, and I think that maybe you might be holding on to the story that maybe the partner or somebody that you're dating is not showing up enough, or they don't have the strength to do it. Like, these are all things that you need to find out by actually maybe pursuing harder or pursuing more for what you really want. I think that Aquarians are kind of sitting too safe. I mean, this is definitely a strength reversed, an emperor reversed. Sure, you might be dealing with people that aren't showing up much, but it's kind of like one of those mirror reflection things, like people respond the same way you respond back. So if you respond back weak, they're going to respond back weak. And this is on you, though. So you did get that Knight of Cups, and that is moving forward emotionally, but without the clarity. I think that, instead, or getting stuck into the just every little mind thing that you're racing in your head with, and what this was said, and just go. It's like one of those things, just go to where you want to go. Move emotionally to where you want to go. If you're not happy right now emotionally, go where it's going to make you happy. I don't think that you have to explain yourself so much. I think that or get into too much crazy conversations. Like, be more powerful, be more engaged, and you'll attract more powerful and more engaged too. You pulled the air element, communication. That's where the weakness is. It's too much in the air, too much communicating. Like, maybe it's more about you just trusting the communication that you have with yourself about what you really want. And that's it. That's the clarity, opposed to like, I need to communicate more. The communication, I think, is the problem, the weakness, the strength. You need to have much more strength. Like, as an emperor, you would have to anyways make you'd have to make decisions without all the communication being known. That's the whole part of the hard part about being a president or an emperor or anything like that. I was watching last night. It's one of my favorite movies, and I think everybody should watch it out there to remind themselves if they're American, especially, and everybody in every country should do it, because you should be living in a country that does that. But Olympus Has Fallen. I think that movie is so great, and it's just one of those things where it's like, you can't think when you're the president. There's some crazy things. Or you can't think when you're a Secret Service person. Like, the president's down, you got to go get the president. Like, you got to do it. Like, there's not a lot that you can think over too much about. I think that this is over-processing, overthinking way too much. And you got boundaries. It's interesting that I think that, the boundaries are good for, of course, to maintain the ultimate diamond that you want. But as the challenge, your challenge is boundaries. Do you have too many up? I'm feeling too many up with the Chariot card as the challenge. Like, you're putting a boundary on the Divine's way. The 7 card, by the way, the Divine's way. Like, you're putting those boundaries up for that. Could also be control. And it's like, that's not a boundary. And it's almost like too protective too. Shadow coming out of here. Well, Queen of My World. And I think that's the shadow, is I think that you want everything the way you want for your love life in your world, but I think that it's the shadow of the way that you're going about it. That this is just about the way that you're changing about. You can get what you want, but being more courageous and being more, confrontational about getting what you want, being more decisive, and going emotionally where you need to go with that Knight of Cups. Ganesha. That's it, just a little decision. Wow. Yeah. I mean, you know what? That's the whole thing, is I think, gosh, maybe you're holding yourself and making choices, but you can only go anywhere and get anything when you make choices in your life. And I think that you are kind of in this place where you're stuck in between making a big choice. And you know what? You got to make the choice. Are you staying? Are you going? Are you going to do this? Are you going to try this? Are you going to do something? You got to do that. And that's just trying to open you doors by making choices in your life and making decisions. Are you not going to do anything about it, or you are? Those are decisions, and things actually start to be understood when you make a choice. You're at a weird place where you're afraid to make decisions about things, and I think that you need to start making some sort of choice, some sort of direction. If you are a single Aquarius out there, Knight of Wands, I think for you, it's like finding something to actually go fight for, to defend and to have, but somebody that would want to fight back with you and defend for it. But I also think it's, there is something about admiration or because there's something about that Nine of Wands that wants to be there. So it's like somebody that wants to be there with you and somebody that you want to be there with. That's also a reciprocal thing, right? If you were in a relationship, Page of Swords reversed. There's definitely some things you and your partner haven't been talking about. Your partner's been kind of not talking. There's something underneath the surface. It's small, but it's getting bigger because you're not talking about it. And you both have been knowing about it and you both are avoiding it. And you know what I'm talking about. You need to nip that out and get that convo done with and deal with it. Because they either think you're doing something that might not be true because you're not talking about it, and you might be thinking that about them. We got another Venus. We got it in Virgo, and we got it in the 5th house. So this is definitely a fault Venus, but it's in the 5th at least. It's time to make your life more loving. And I think that Aquarius, it's time to actually look at the way that you're approaching relationships and you're approaching your day-to-day life as if it's allowing in your schedule and your time to allow love in. Maybe that's the whole issue is like, you need to like section out more time for your romantic energies.
Yeah, you got to take the power back. Maybe you've kind of willed yourself in a situation where you're allowing your partner, you're allowing people to kind of make the decisions for you in life and kind of tell you where to go, or maybe even tell you how you're supposed to be looking. It falls back on you, how you're going to live your life. Are you going to live your life in your truth, in your own pure existence, or are you going to live another person's truth, another person's life? If that's your choice, then that's what you're going to have to live with for the rest of your life. It's not going to be a healthy one to be living a false image, or a false reality. Whatever it is for you, whatever your truth is, you have to embrace that and you have to stand up for it and you have to be able to fight for your right to partay and to live that freedom and to live in that truth. But you got to dig deep first. You got to dig on in there.
Because you're a winner.
Damn right.
After all that's said and done. Cancers.
Grab people.
Something about you have to run.
Some Krabby Patties.
You're a winner. I feel like Cancers are getting the Vampers deck because they got Mars coming into their sign this week.
A little seductive. A little Zenden, the Dungeon of Dreams.
Cancer's going to be, that sacral is going to be popping for Cancers. Activated sacrals. Watch out now.
Watch out now.
Cancers will be on the prowl.
My sister said you won the birthday challenge, by the way.
Having Monica Lewinsky?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I'll take Monica Lewinsky any days over Hill Dog and fucking Maxine Waters.
Hey,
how funny that you and your sister are Hill Dog and Maxine Waters. What a great pair.
You and I are Eskimo sisters then, because we for sure both blew Bill,
That's true.
So there's that.
What's that? Eskimo patties?
Yeah, Eskimo sisters.
Eskimo ice cream fucking licks. Four of Cups in reverse. Cancer is your first card. The Chariot reverse, how funny, as your challenge. The Justice reverse as your overall. And the way that you get through this is the 10 of Cups. Ooh, drinking that blood in the best way, in the white roses. I love that card. Well, that 4 of Cups in reverse, it feels like you haven't really seen the gift that you want, but you might be like missing out on the gift. I think that there's a gift there that but you almost feel like I feel like you need to start believing in the impossible. But determining that impossible is a little difficult because I think with this challenge of the Chariot reversed, you're definitely like, the challenge is that I don't even think you're looking at like new stories. Like, I think that it's like, you're just like, I want to stay in the same environment and see if it's going to work. Justice reversed is just way out of balance, way out of line. It's not fit. There's an unfair situation going on right now to yourself. If you're single, like you're almost maybe also, kind of holding a grudge. Sometimes justice reverse can hold like a grudge, like, oh God, like I think that person's unfair or whatever. Like maybe you're being unfair about the situation because you got the 10 of Cups. That's the ultimate card that is about love. And in this deck, she is drinking the fucking blood. She is happy, and she's in her way. And it's like, are you drinking what you really want? And then you think, oh, the gift's not really there. Then you're missing it. You know, you might be thinking, oh, like, I'm never going to get what I want. It's like, well, maybe, yeah, when you sit in this kind of weird place of, you know, I'm in a shitty situation, and that's okay. And I'll find the good gift in wherever it's at. I don't think that's what you're here to do, Cancer. You pulled the Emperor reversed. How funny, we're getting very similar cards to all different decks too. But you pulled the Emperor reversed here. I would say that what you're missing out on, the gift, is you going for what you really want. It's like you're not putting enough strength into what you really want. It's like you're kind of like almost like not even paying attention to your love life. I've got a feeling that you're not even paying attention to your love life. You put that shit on the back burner. And then you got the Magician card with this Justice. It's like the overall is saying, though, that I think that you are going to change your mind by the end of the week about maybe putting love first and starting to figure out some of the issues and rebalancing your life to actually have really good partnership energies. And there's a really big ultimate gift here, even though it might not seem like it. There is a gift that's waiting for you, but it's like you're not seeing it. You're not even realizing that it's a big leap to go towards it. That's your challenge, is you're not even seeing it. You think that there's more to be found, when I think that there's a gift that's sitting there waiting for you to jump towards, but you're just like not doing anything about it or not seeing it. Oh, wow. Black Moon Lilith popped up. Ooh, that Emperor reversed. Oh, you are afraid to go because you're afraid of your real deeper needs and wants being exposed. And that's very Saturn and Jupiter in your 8th house. You're afraid to really be honest about what you really want. So you're afraid to tell somebody what you really want. You could have been dating somebody too, or you're in a relationship and you're like, I'm not really into you. I kind of think this person's hot. Sometimes you have to say that shit just to like clear the air. If you try and hide it, it's not going to go good. It's being real.
Being real.
Look at that fire that popped up. Oh man. I told you that all the Cancers were going to be on the prowl, but it's almost like a secret prowl that they're too afraid to tell people about. Something's like, it's almost like there's something coming up. That Magician card, it's almost like out of nowhere. Like, oh wait, all the pieces are here. Wait, the story. I got to do something about it. It's like out of nowhere this week. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck was I doing? Oh, and I need this. Like, this fire element's coming in with that 10 of Cups. But it's like, oh, you're afraid to make a big leap in life because you're not even seeing that leap, or you think that, oh, it should be just naturally just show up and like it'll just happen. It's like, no, you're gonna have to take a leap. What's your shadow? Why are you so? Oh, I knew that you were not paying attention to love too much because you're all over the place. You're fragmented out. That's your shadow, and you're fragmenting situations, and you're in pieces in so many different areas of your life. You need to consolidate and put some energy back into your relationship and love life. That's your issue right now, Cancer. You're distracted in too many other things, and you're also trying to say like, I'm okay right now, but the truth is that you fragmented yourself to feel okay, and that's not making you feel unwhole and empty. What does Ganesha have to say?
Ganesha's feeling holy right now for show.
Guidance.
See?
Well, we're gonna have to get one more clarity on that guidance there, because even as you didn't say anything for Ganesha, Ganesha's really just saying guidance from higher ups or from your spirit guides. But I feel like we need a little bit more clarity. Page of Swords. I think you got to be honest. I think you got to be truthful. Or if people are trying to hit you up with truth, like that's the guidance, is follow your truth and speak what you need to say. Listen, speak. Conversations need to be had. I think that you need to spill the beans, whether it's for somebody you like or whether, in all ways, like, you just need to spill the beans. If you are single, Queen of Wands, this is time for you. Wow. I mean, this is time for you to really realize that you are in love with something, or you really want something, and you need to make it known, because you could have this amazing, great love, and the real love of the throne of the fire that you want. You pulled the fire card and the Queen of Thorns of Flame. If you're in a relationship, you have the Ace of Pentacles, it's definitely a whole new kind of reset and start, but also what is the physical reality that you really want to have that's going to take to do a restart to get there and that you're going to have to face in a relationship. We'll give you one more clarity on that one because that's a little Ace of Cups reversed. Oh, unfulfilled. So are you going to actually be able to create something when you're unfulfilled? You can't. You need a lot of filling here. You got fire and Black Moon Lilith and the Magician card. So can Cancers really pull this one off? I believe they can this week, but we'll see. Moon in the 9th house in Aquarius. Well, emotionally connecting to new stories of the future instead of staying into this belief that the future will happen, but actually connecting to it and actually emotionally starting to adventure into new stories.
Yeah, and I think there's, a sense of just kind of being beat down, emotionally. And that can be draining, trying to continue to fill your cup up when it's leaking everywhere. But it's almost like, say you're at a campfire, and it's burning out at the end of the night. There's still that hot amber that's down there. It might not be radiating heat all around 6 feet away, but it's still there. Once you add a few more logs, once you add a little bit more kindling to it, that flame's going to continue to roar. And it's going to grow bigger, and it's going to be all-consuming. And you'll be able to tap into that. You'll be able to live your life with that passion, with that fire that you've been searching for. And it's okay to work through that mud and work through those tumultuous waters that we all face in our life, that's kind of pulling us back or keeping us stagnant in life. But continue to work on yourself. Continue to work on those flames. Continue to stoke that fire within inside yourself with the passion and love and that energetic force that we all have within inside ourselves. You just gotta find it a bit. That heat's still there. It's still burning. It's not extinguished. You all right? It's choking,
Wrong
baby.
tube.
Is that a dry?
I was laughing.
Is that a dry cough?
That shirt's not good on you. It's called Down the Wrong Pipe, laughing at you using the fire extinguisher analogy. Like, you gotta extinguish the fire.
It's not extinguished. It's still burning.
I got a feeling that Cancer. I choked because I've got a feeling Cancers are extinguishing the fires that they really want to have in their life, which is just retarded. And you said it that great way, and I was laughing because I was like, that's what the reading really said.
That hunk of burning love.
Wow.
It's pretty dry.
I'm on my.
It's pretty dry cough right there.
You know the secret? You know the secret about me that I haven't been telling people?
Yeah, if you needed to find the secret, go to the April 1st video of Full Disclosure, exclusively on highvibe.tv.
Soon it'll be.
Yeah, you're just gonna be slapping your fucking arm.
What is it gonna be when it's like fucking? Hold on. They're gonna look all crazy like this.
I think they have some spirit fingers.
Oh God, it'll be like everybody's gonna look like Joe Biden. Guess what just came up?
Is it
I think it's time for a party. I think it's time for a what? Is that a Scorpio?
Oh, baby. Because there ain't no party like Scorpio party. Baby. Baby. Bubble butt. Bubble butt. Spankings. Spankings for everyone in need.
Damn, that's a party.
It's my
I won't be at your party for that, but
my type of party.
That's a nice party. I was gonna say it's a good party.
Maybe
maybe
in
for
July.
that, we're staying with this Vampirist deck. I got a feeling,
Perfect.
This is the end of Mars in the 8th of sex for all Scorpios, and then going into Cancer in the 9th.
We're finding love. Finding some whatever love you're looking for. You're gonna
big
find
relationship week for Scorpios with all this
Huge.
Taurus energy. Your first card is the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Your challenge card is, the 9 of Cups. Look at that. Wow, look at that. Is that Craig giving his spankings with the long hair? Look at that. He's wearing that CV shirt.
Yes, please.
That's not 6 feet away, bro.
Well, sometimes you got to break the rules a bit. Safe words, though,
Four of Pentacles reversed is your overall, and the way you get through that is the Nine of Wands. Oh, shit. Well, I think, Scorpio, it feels like, the ultimate love is like, it feels like it's like right in front of you, but it's like not there physically. I'm just getting this from what I'm reading because I'm seeing this Nine of Cups, this ever flowing of all the emotions that you want is like a challenge with an Ace of Pentacles reversed, almost feeling like it's not getting there. But, the Four of Pentacles reversed is saying it's not getting there because you're not making a commitment to what you really want. And that Nine of Wands, it knows what it wants and defends it and protects it and makes it everything. And I mean, she really knows what she wants. She looks up and she fucking is pointing exactly where she wants to go, that Nine of Wands. And she's out there and she's having a great time. So I think that for you, it's like more about making a bigger dedication to yourself of like, this is what I want. And like, it's almost like a vision board within your own heart. Like, this is what I want. And like, this is the kind of person I want. Or I want my partner to maybe change in these ways. Like, and of course, having talks about it and everything. But this is all fire, earth, and water, and a lot of earth. And with this water and fire that's mixed here in your challenge, it's like, you have to emotionally know what you physically want, and then you're going to have to start to really realize that the challenge is realizing that you can have it all, but it's got to have some sort of commitment. That Four of Pentacles is just a commitment to what you want inside. It's not just some like, okay, the person or whatever. It's just like, it almost feels like you forgot about, it's not about having a list, but like we all have our quote unquote type. And I think that it's like getting more clear about the type of person you want, because this is what can manifest is when you're actually clear about that. Let's see what's going on here. We got to shuffle this deck, though.
I mean, clear as in like Scientology clear? Going clear?
No, like clear in the kind of type of person that you want. Like,
I actually had this conversation with a friend on Sunday. It's interesting that you bring that up.
Really?
Really?
Like, there's just like a type. When you just see it, you just are like, yeah, that's my type. There's types.
100%.
You did pull, the Six of Swords with that Ace of Pentacles, and then the Sun card reversed with that Four of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, it's definitely time to move to a new place with your life, with relationships. So it's almost like the way that things have been going, I would just say generally right now for Scorpios, it's like, it's time to not be afraid to take the journey, especially with Mars entering Cancer this week. Time to take the journey and go to the new place. Like, try new things, try new dates, try a new foundation of what you're doing for love. That Sun card reversed with that Four of Pentacles is you're not lit up when you really don't have that set of you knowing what you really want. So it's almost like it's not going anywhere. There's still a lot of positivity around. You got a lot of good cards, but I just feel like it's like you're right at the precipice of something great, but you've got to get more clear and more just kind of like it's that little bit of extra edge and definition that really will take you, and not being afraid to go on the journey either. If you're not ready, that Ace of Pentacles with the Six of Swords is like, well, here's your offer this week to go to an awesome place in your relationship life, but it will not manifest unless you actually do that. So if you're not really ready for the journey, that's coming up too. Maybe you're not ready for the journey because you're not sure. So it could be just like, I'm not sure, but when it shows up, that's going to be the big question by the Oracle cards here. With the Venus love, and it shows up, take the love. Fuck, shit. God damn. Pretty clear. I was asking for some clarity. They were like, okay, all right. Fucking, what shows up to take you to the fucking place? Oh, fucking Venus shows up. Fucking love. Holy shit. I mean, you can't get much more fucking clear than that. Holy fuck. When it comes to this, what'd you get? Oh, magic. Woo. Gee, many Christmas.
Someone be fucking tonight.
Not wearing that t-shirt.
Not me.
Not wearing that t-shirt. If you're wearing
6 feet.
that t-shirt, I don't know if anybody will come 6 feet in front of you, around you. And I think that thing needs to be changed to 3 feet. Good thing that
social distancing is key.
If I wore that shirt, I'd be like, oh, well, that's okay. I got a 6-foot dong, so if you could still get within my range and touch me.
My 6-foot aura reaches far beyond the beliefs of time.
Well, I think this magic with the 9 of Cups and with this both 9s too. How interesting. You are at this kind of feeling of a 9 energy. Like it's almost like you're on edge, like ready to fucking have an O, right? Like fucking like splurge. But I think that, it's like the magic has to be believed in that Craig is just there, just wrapping himself with all that love and just like, holy shit, that magic's there. And then that person wants it too. I mean, you gotta believe it. You gotta have. This is all about really believing and owning and knowing and bringing light to what you want and having it. This is not a bad reading. This is such a good reading. It's just like that little thing inside that's shifting with you. You got the perchance to dream that to be or not to be is the question, and that's your issue. Your shadow is playing on the fence, and this is about no more fence shit. You wouldn't expect that from others. Anybody playing on the fence with you, and they would be fucking oust. Well, why do you think people aren't showing up or staying around? What does Ganesha have to say?
Oh, Ganesha, give me good news.
Yeah, if you don't do that, then Ganesha doesn't show up with much clarity.
Ganesha.
Achievement, look at that. Well, I would say like, start showing that you have achievements in your life and that in love that you have a set goal of where you want it to be. And that's part of defining what you want. So it's not only just like the type of person you want, but what would you want to achieve with your love life in that story? Like, you don't need to know everything. It's not like fucking you need to be on fucking Bumble or Hinge or any of that shit and be like, I want somebody who's ready to get married on the fucking 5th week and have a kid in 1 year and da-da-da-da. No, it's just like setting the bar of like, I'm looking for love and this is the type and this is the beautiful magic that I want to create. And universe, I'm ready to go on that journey and take me there. I feel like a lot of Scorpios that are in relationships are just kind of like, maybe we need to figure something out. There's a lot more than just this, but I got a feeling there's a lot more single Scorpios out there than relationship Scorpios right now. If you are single, 6 of Cups. I mean, it's like finding the pleasure, finding the beautiful place that you can connect with. And it almost is like a secret garden, like a little Bruce Springsteen, like the secret garden, I guess people don't know that Jerry Maguire song. And if you're in a relationship, this is the Page of Cups upright. This is your partner is offering a lot emotionally that's positive, do something fun, and also a lot of emotional stuff. And maybe it's time to start to take that on instead of blocking that out. So I think that all Scorpios in all directions here are in a great place. It's just like stepping up more and stepping into the journey more of love and magic and stop playing on the fence. There's way too much fence playing around here. Your Astro Dice are, you did pull Jupiter in that 6th house is showing up a lot. But this is in Sag. I mean, this is expanding your whole entire reality here and expanding your day-to-day life to really, I would say, just have overall abundance that anything can happen and needing to believe that the reality can come true. I think that that's the thing, is that Scorpios are not believing that the ultimate can come true, and you need to believe that.
Yeah, we got to be precise with our desires and our wants and our emotionals and see where we are as well on that plane. Because maybe we aren't ready for that true love, but maybe you are. Everyone's sitting at a different level in their life, and it's okay. We are equal on planes, but we're not all equal in our emotional state or what we're trying to get out of this life. So be precise, because you don't want to welcome something and you don't want to bring something into your life that you're not ready for, that you're just going to allow crumble away. That's not going to be beneficial. Maybe you'll learn some lessons in your life, but when that time is right, you got to strike while the iron's hot, so to speak. If you feel those desires, if you feel those wants, then act on it. Don't be afraid of it. Don't shy away. Don't just recede back into your little hole. Go find.
I was about to say, I thought that you liked the holes, but I guess you don't. Maybe especially with that shirt on, you're like,
go find.
You're trying to make glory holes now.
Fucking
Okay, all right, Craig and his glory hole.
Go find it.
Call up Craig. He'll make you a glory hole, 6 feet apart. Aries.
Oh shit. What was it?
Aries. Your favorite sign.
My favorite sign.
Your favorite sign.
Love those Aries.
How does it always end up?
Hasn't ended up too well.
You know, it was 3 years ago we were doing the first Huntington Beach race, and I posted it on my Facebook as a memory, and then there was like 120 pictures in there, and then I went in there and there were some videos, and your sister was there, and then fucking Homegirl was there too.
Right.
And I was like, whoa. And I hadn't seen Homegirl in a long time. I was like, that's creepy.
Me neither.
You probably didn't look at the memory. You're like, fuck that shit.
Some memories
like,
that I don't want to
I'm okay.
relive.
I'm okay. I don't need to look at this fucking memory. My fucking hair looks like shit. Whatever.
I know what's in that fucking thing.
And Jed, we need to fix my hair. Fucking, I don't know if I like what I did. It's not your fault. It's my fault. I'm trying to do all this crazy shit with my fucking hair, and we need to fix that shit. Fucking, I need Maxine Waters here now. Fucking, you know, like I need Maxine Waters here fucking now, because Monica Lewinsky's hair is not fucking doing well. Okay. Monica needs fucking hair. All right, Aries, fucking Monica. I just never get that out of my head about Monica Lewinsky. Like, everybody just thinks that I snapped my thong. She's, you know, yeah, she is born on my birthday. Fucking 0 Leo. Fucking like, oh, fucking the president. Oh well. I guess if there was a super hot president and I was like, I guess working at the White House and shit, and the hot president was like, hey, fucking come on in here, and she was hot or something, or I don't know, I'd be. I'm not saying Bill Clinton's on. I'm just saying like, I'd be like, oh well, okay. If I was single, looking like,
yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes.
Although
ma'am.
imagine if it was flipped in today's world, because it was, you know, let's say we have a female president and it was a male that came in and had sex with the president that was a female. It would be the opposite. It would be that the female president was getting banged with the fucking cigar.
True.
Those
are true words.
True words. Unless, you know, some of these really extreme lefties are fucking like, you know, I don't know, freebasing hormones and shit. You never know. You don't know what they are. First card that we got is 5 of Cups. You did get the Knight of Swords in reverse, Aries, as your challenge here. You did get the 2 of Swords reversed as your overall, and you did pull that Knight of Pentacles upright. Aries, I know it doesn't look good, but I got some good news for you. Something that is just stupid is ending. That's brought you sorrow, and you need to get over it, because this Knight of Swords needs to fucking realize that you can save the day now by just stopping to get so emotional over this bullshit that you're not happy about. And I think that you're overplaying, like, did I make the right choice, or am I making the right choice, or there's no choices to be made. Like whatever's not making you feel good, like let that go and let that be. And like the feeling that you can't go move on or change something, whether you're in a relationship or not, you can change your life if you're single now. If your relationship's not going great, and it's still together, like you can make fast changes. The Nine of Pentacles is like, you can have whatever you want that's ultimate. And I think that you're lost in a lot of emotional confusion and a lot of emotional sorrow that is unnecessary right now. And moping around. No moping around this week, Aries. I don't want to see no fucking Aries moping around, or I'm not going to be happy. No moping around. I'm going to give you some vampires. Let's see if we can get some blood to fucking wake you up here, Aries. Shit. What's up with this 5 of Cups? Well, you got the Page of Pentacles. There's an amazing offer of something good coming in to get you out of your sorrow. You better fucking take it, mopey Aries, this week. Get you out of that moping around. Especially that Knight of Pentacles. And you got the Page of Pentacles. They're all working together. The Knight and the Page, like that's like a signal of something good's trying to come in and to go for and to create. And you better fucking take it. When it comes to that 2 of Swords reversed, boom, 6 of Cups reversed. You know, it's so weird because it's like, I think that you just like need to get over in your overall here that building new places and new things is great. But I think that you are kind of fucking and blending sorrow and great things and getting lost into trying perfection. When let go of perfection, let go of all this shit. But there's also a part of you that, like, you know, when it comes to passion, when it comes to this like really beautiful place to connect to, it's like if you're in your head, you're not going to be able to connect. Like, like I think that you need to just like let that shit be two sheets to the wind and fucking go back into connection and wherever that you want to go build something great and fucking just drop all the rest. Because if you're just trying to miss out on connection and build something without willing to connect, it's only gonna be like, okay, that was a nice date, or that was a nice thing, or that was a nice try to fix the relationship, or that was a nice try. But you are the one holding a lot of stupid, mopey, like you gotta be able to connect. If you're gonna be all emo, listening to Enrique Iglesias songs while you're trying to make love or do something with something new, it's not gonna go down well.
I used to bump that Enrique back in the day.
I mean, Enrique's great, but I think
hero, baby.
Pablo Francisco says it best, the comedian, like the stand-up comedian, about he's like the Latin people, they put on Latin music, and then like the girl's like, oh my God, that reminds me of someone, I gotta go. And then he's like, I don't know why black people, they just always get all fucking sex because they play fucking, all their music's all about having sex all the time. Like, take my clothes off and da-da-da. And then he's like, white people, it's all like, yeah, you got to take that first step. You got to like treat her like a lady. And then you got to do all this shit. And then I give her lots of money. And then I don't ever get nothing. It's like, fucking Pablo Francisco has all of your fucking, I don't even know why you're watching me. Just go watch fucking Pablo Francisco, fucking old fucking stand-up shit. Let's see what's going on. We got Pluto. Yeah, time to end the whole fucking sorrow thing and transform and get the passion back in your life. What the fuck are you doing, Aries? No moping around. It's time to end the sorrow story and take on the fucking new offers. Or you offer making a new offer to your relationship that you're in that has not ended. If it's ended, it's ended, okay? But if you're in a relationship and there's been some problems, it's your moping. It's your shit. You got to own it. You got to make that change. You got to make an offer for something better. You get the talisman. It's time to unlock the door to something great here. Wow. And something that's much more divine. Everything's happening for divine order. And I think that you need to remember that this week, Aries, instead of moping around and realizing you have the key to unlock the most greatest thing. But don't let this Chiron and Aries wound the shit out of you. Now all the Aries energy's gone. You're in Taurus. You're like, I don't know what to build. Build fucking the great shit that's fucking around you and use that fucking key. You got the key. What's your shadow about this? I'm very interested in what the shadow is. Why you're feeling, oh my God, I won't cry for you. You're in a fucking emo mode and they're not crying about me or they don't care about me or blah, blah. Drop the whole fucking story. Drop your moping. I won't cry for you is the whole I'll be strong. I'm fucking strong. I can do this shit. It's like even just doing that, still owning the story. What does Ganesha have to say?
Oh, Ganesha, what do you have to say today?
Promise of the future. Yeah, I think there's a beautiful future that's opening up for you and it's promised to you. So act on the promise. Don't sit and wait and go, well, it's promised for me in the future. So I'm going to wait till the future fucking happens another longer time with that 6 of Cups in reverse and be like, I have to wait to connect. I have to get over it. The whole I need to get over somebody thing. I mean, it depends on the situation. But if it's something that was just like, well, it's, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think sometimes the rebound turns into love. Sometimes the rebound turns into great things. Some people can disagree with me. I don't know. Knight of Swords for singles out there. It's time to fucking... You got the Knight of Swords twice, but you have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Here's your challenge. So it's saying the single ones need to go, who's the knight in shiny armor that's willing to jump in real quick and save the day? Singles are definitely going to be running around. Fucking don't get in your head and don't hold the mopiness and go fucking around. If you're in a relationship, Ace of Wands, yeah, it's like it needs to have a better start to lead to a much more happier place. And it feels like that's not there right now, but you have the opportunity to make the reset and do a lot of those things. But if you're going to hold the moping around and then that's not going to happen, then it's going to feel like even more that it's harder to start from anew. The more that you keep holding that bullshit, like kind of moping around about stupid bullshit, you need to grow up and not be a little fucking baby. All right. Sag, third house, Jupiter. That's kind of weird. Jupiter's at home, but it's in a cadence house. It's detriment. So these stories that are so small, but you're overinflating, need to go. It's time to inflate the future stories that are now and that are current and exciting.
I can't do that, but I can do a little one. A little.
It's because I have a very strong tongue.
He's got a very strong tongue, ladies. Very strong tongue. And
That's why I
gets
have my
the double
jaw.
D's. He gets to choose whatever D he wants. He's a strong, independent man. But exactly. Being able to process the past, is only capable. If you're not living in the past, it always, obviously we have to take the time to look and see where we've come from, to see where we're going, to be able to process that. But you can't just reside in those moments. You can't just reside in that pain. You have to be able to work through it. You have to be able to see the light out of the dark situations and the light that's within inside yourself as well. You have to be able to push forward, and I think that's all of us as well. I'm guilty of living in the past. I'm holding on to past traumas, holding on to past emotions, and you get stuck into it. It's that familiar feeling. Even though it might be a shitty feeling, it's still familiar. It might still bring up or trigger some happy memories within inside that. But it's about moving forward, progressing forward in this life, being able to know where we came from and know that strength and being able to live it. Being able to help the other individuals around us, because maybe we have friends or loved ones that are going through tough times as well. You can kind of embrace them. We talked about it, a little trauma bond. There is that trauma bond, I think. When you go through a tumultuous event, or even maybe you go through that at the same time as a friend. I went through my breakup at the same time that one of my best friends was getting divorced, and so there was that almost camaraderie in knowing the pain and being able to see that in another individual, being able to recognize that when they need to, and then being able to recognize that in ourselves. Most and foremost, we have to be able to recognize that in ourselves. We do, because it starts with us first, being able to take those steps forward, being able to walk through the fire, without being completely burned down, without being completely stripped from all of ourselves, with all of our emotions, with all of our fears, and just living in there. It's being able to stand strong, kind of like the phoenix rising through the ashes. That could be you, but it might take time. Again, we're all on different planes. We're all on different timelines in this life, even though we're living it, at the same time, even though we're in it all together. There is that individualism that we need to be able to tap into, that strength, that we need to be able to see our true powers at all times and be able to smile through it. Being able to creep up on people from behind.
Is that 6 feet?
I think you're getting a little close. If you could back up, please, I would appreciate that.
Trying to send a message to those that I have the 2, because if you have the 1, you're nothing.
You're nothing.
If you have the 2,
You ain't got shit.
you're everything.
You got it all.
Everything.
If you got 2,
The Astro Twins, you gotta put that in your horoscopes. Fucking piece of shits.
and there you have it. Pieces of shits.
They're gross. They're disgusting. Who would have sex with the Astro Twins? That's a good question. I don't know if they actually have had sex.
Someone that likes twins.
I don't think
Probably.
they have. If you look at the fucking Astro Twins, I don't think they've ever had sex. I don't think they should be getting any advice in astrology. I don't think any astrologer should give advice unless they've played around the 8th house. I don't think the Astro Twins have ever played around the 8th house in their life. I think they don't. They always. They remind me of Tweedledee and Tweedledum hanging out fucking all the time on the fucking wall. Like, I don't even think they leave each other. They're always like next to each other. Like, how would it be being an astrologer and doing astrology with somebody else that was your fucking sibling? Like, is that really astrology? Like, I really don't think that's astrology. And I think that the Astro Twins, and then they're probably all proud that they got their fucking little, oh, we're proud, we did this. I can't believe that somebody sent me that TikTok today that this is the underground right now being like, are you fucking this? Fucking G-Mini Christmas. Like, you might as well call that the fucking, that's like fucking like basically doing like Sig Heil shit. Fucking gross. I don't know what you said Aries, but I'm sure it was fucking divinely wonderful and luscious, full of beautiful things of getting over sorrow and staying in sorrow stories and unhappiness.
Yep, can't be doing that.
Huh?
Can't be doing that.
No, Capricorn. I wasn't listening. I was taking a really good pee. It was fucking great.
That's needed from time to time.
Oh, it was fucking beautiful. It was
Needed.
It's the way that my
essential.
urine, it's a Leo thing. We actually even love our urine. Like the way our urine like hits the fucking, the urinal cake and how it bounces off the urinal cake and then the smell of fragrance that comes off. Like men, we actually pee and create beautiful smells with our pee. I don't know why women haven't thought about that one yet, right? They just use poopery spray. Psh, psh. We urinate on a cake that smells good.
Fresh
and
cakes.
the fucking smell, you can smell it. It smells like our urine is like, it's like rainbow fucking urine. It's like, psh. It's fucking magical. You got to get a good arc though, and you have to have a good pressure stream. Now, if you got some issues, you might as well start taking, I forgot, what is it called? For prostate issues, you got to take what is it? Like QB10 or something, fucking like cranberry fucking shit. I don't know. You got to get that stream going, homeboy. Fucking make sure that you're pissing fucking rainbow unicorns.
Sturdy streams.
Women, maybe they just need to make like a cake that's just sitting in the toilet. So when they go, but it wouldn't want to you wouldn't want to bounce cake off and end up in that beautiful fucking vulva.
Well, it probably sits in the, in the water tank. A little goodness gracious.
Fuck. I'm riding the end of this Mars and Gemini, baby, because that Mars and Cancer is going to be, well, fucking weak suck. Fucking, I'm already going, no. I like Taurus. I love Taurus. Taurus is my favorite sign. I gave away my secret. But, okay. All right. Where are we at? Caps? Yeah. Those beautiful vulvas with cakes. Somebody's got to figure that out, though, for women. Like, wow. I guess the water does it. But see, men, like, we shoot fucking, like fucking super soakers, like, 2000s, with like triple pump action. Like, so like when we go into the water, it fucking bounces up and you're at somebody's house, you got to pull out a fucking paper towel and always like wipe everything off. Fucking like, you can't be a guy and just piss. I have a buddy of mine, I'm not going to say his name, but he fucking sits down to pee. And I just think it's fucking weird as a dude. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Fucking like, because like, I don't know. Oh God. Even if it's a guy, if we're pissing on a tree out in the wilderness and shit, even the dirt will kind of bounce up. We got streams. Do you got a stream, bro? Like, do you have a super soaker, like 2000, like fucking just...
Yes, I do. I have a steady stream.
Well, Monica Lewinsky does.
Monica Lewinsky.
Okay, Queen of Pentacles reversed for Caps as the first card. Page of Swords in reverse here for... Caps as their challenge. Interesting. You got the Page of Wands in reverse as well as your overall. A lot of reversals here. And the way you get through this is the 10 of Pentacles reversed. Gee, Merry Christmas. That Queen of Pentacles reversed with that Page of Wands reversed is... I think that there's feeling a lack right now about love, whether you're not showing up in the love situations or you feel like somebody else isn't, because the Page of Wands always feels like an offer. But I feel like there's an unsettling truth of like a foundational element here not feeling that strong. Maybe you're not feeling strong in your partnership, or you're not feeling like anybody you're dating right now is showing up. But the Page of Swords reverse is the challenge. Like, it could be somebody's not communicating to you. You need to bring that line of communication up. Nothing's going to be built or known if there's no communication. I think communication is key this week for Capricorns, especially with this Page of Wands reverse. It feels like nobody's going to show up if you're not putting the information out there that you want them to show up. And if you want your relationship to get better or fixed, or you want your partner to change or something like that, like there's definitely this Queen of Pentacles is not feeling supported in the material realm or even in the attractive realm, or even that anything is going on there. It almost feels like it's kind of like dead Prez, it's like that. It's like, we're gonna liven this one up. I've been really feeling the Vampire deck today a lot. 7 of Wands in reversed. Yeah, it feels like both you or whoever you're dating, but I got a feeling because there's so many reversals, it's a lot of you, Capricorn. Why are you not fucking wanting to fucking like put a lot like more effort into what you really want to have in the physical and create it? Or even go for more of what you're attracted to. Like, it's almost like there's a lot of awesome energy here that you're kind of missing out on. If you're single, if you're in a relationship, it's like you're not putting a lot of effort in. Just going to be honest. Or you feel like they're not putting a lot of effort in, but overall, there's no effort going on both sides. Page of Pentacles reversed. That's double no offers. Are you really putting a close sign up? Even if you're in a relationship, like, I don't want to talk about it right now. No, I'm fine. I got to do this. Like, like, come on, Cappies. This is a lot of, like, we're going to have to get deeper on this one. Yeah, it's time to get a little wild. You got Uranus, the genius card. It's time to get a little wild, though. It's time to try new things. I mean, you're in a love and relationship astrology this week. You got Mars in your relationship house coming in Cancer. You've got all these planets in Taurus, your 5th house, like, of love. Come on. It's time to fucking try something new. Rally this up. This is the most boring reading I have seen. So boring. Thank God Uranus is showing up saying, yeah, things need to change and need to be a little bit more different or edgy. Or you need to fucking stop doing the same thing and stay and fucking literally take the wildest risk of your life, because something is just dead. It's just dead energy here. Well, you did pull the beautiful fucking transformation card of that butterfly. You know, that beautiful tramp stamp is fucking screaming at you. Maybe you should be looking at a tramp stamp more fucking instead of like fucking looking at nothing. Did you know that's the #1 tramp stamp in all tramp stamps is the butterfly?
Yeah, that or the tribal. Yeah, I could see that.
Well, no, they did a thing on, I forgot, I think it was MTV back in the day, and this was the #1 tattoo.
Well, it's transformation, baby.
I think it's also opening up of the vulva.
Could very well be.
What's the shadow here? I came almost 6 feet towards you, dude. What are you wearing that shirt for?
Relax.
Gilded regret. Oh man, oh God. Gee, Mini Christmas wearing the fucking crown of regret. Ew. Ew. I got a feeling Caps are regretting a lot of situations that they've put themselves in, whether they are holding themselves back from what they want to, that's in both sides, single or in relationship, and the regret of like, what the fuck did I end up in? What am I doing? That's got to be fucking, that Uranus transformation thing, that is like some Uranus Pluto shit. Like that is like, time to fucking try something new and change the game. This 10 of Pentacles, it feels like there's no foundation that's strong. It's like, it's false. It's like, okay, you might have a nice place, or you might have a house, or you might be staying with your parents or whatever, but it's like, this isn't cool. And then there's like a lot of things not being talked about. Page of Swords reversed. Not a lot of things being clear either, or even exciting. Page of Swords reversed is very like, can't rely on anybody fucking saying anything because you might not be saying anything either. What we need Ganesha. I need a good Ganesha out of Craig. For Caps
Ganesha,
here.
what do you have?
Cultivation. Yeah, it's time to cultivate fucking something that you actually really want. I mean, Ganesha's pretty fucking happy cultivating everything in life. In this case, look at that. Cultivating beautiful music. And also look at that. One of Ganesha's beautiful fucking many of the arms that he has is he got a little shaker. It's time to shake it up. Cultivation doesn't mean you just need to go out there and fucking like pick the fields and shit. It's like the cultivation of all the things around you and embedding it into your life and actually like getting the rewards of what you've cultivated. Don't go join a cult though. Or do. I was about to say, maybe that's what you need with that Uranus card. Maybe something crazy. I don't know here. If you're single, 5 of Pentacles reversed. You are holding on to old wounds, and you are also holding yourself back into some weird fucking shit of feeling like, you know, you're just like in a shitty place. But that's reversed, meaning it's time for you to get over your quarrels of yourself or what you think others are doing. You're holding a negative context to yourself or life or feeling victimized, and that needs to end. Or you're dating somebody that's doing that to you and you got to end that. If you're in a relationship, you did get the Empress. So it's time to hold this relationship to a higher standard of if this is really the most beautiful and most glorious thing that you are cultivating and bringing the most epic energy ever. If it's not holding the most Venus quality, the most epic richness of life, then there's no more nutrients in the soil. And I think that you can't cultivate anything because there's no nutrients in the soil. You can try to plant as much as you want, but if all the nutrients is out of the soil, you can grow shit. And guess what it takes to fucking cultivate the soil? Shit. Am I right?
You're right. You are right.
I'm not a farmer or anybody that grows anything. So I buy fake plants. The sun in Libra in the third. Okay, this is definitely needing excitement and communication and relationships is very important, but also finding that twin-like energy. If it's not feeling that twinish, like, sorry to say, it's definitely not it. And also, like, you need to spruce things up, be more excited, have a little bit more fun, go watch a sunset and get tickled a little bit, literally.
Or maybe a sunrise after a long, lustful night out there. I think maybe it's time you let that freak flag fly just a bit and step out of your comfort zone, huh? Feel that wind beneath your wings. That's always needed, though. That's always needed, you know what I mean? Sometimes you got to embrace that sensual aspect of yourself instead of compressing it down into this little box. You got to open up that box and let the world enjoy it. Let the world enjoy you, and you enjoy the world. It goes up and down and round and round. That's life. That's life in the pursuit of happiness.
I was about to say.
What were you about to say?
It's a lot like, well, you saved me from saying it.
You're welcome.
I was about to say it's like.
So I'm just going to say it anyways.
Like, go watch a sunset and, like, do a little booter shooter or something up the butt, fucking have a good time.
The south mouth?
Do a little south mouth on something. Like spruce it up. Get tickled fucking
Tickle
anywhere.
your fancy.
Like, remember, this is not cool. This is a lot cooler, though. Fucking, like, get tickled or something. Fuck.
Little tickle,
Jeez.
slap.
Man. I'm born with Mars and Saturn and Scorpio. I can't help it. I just fucking can't help it. I can't. Taurus says, happy birthday, fucking. I want to hear all those fucking cows and bulls fucking. I want to hear them all just fucking.
To you, happy birthday, dear Taurus. Happy birthday to you.
I don't know if I'd want I don't know if I'd want to be milked and be like.
You gotta go flip over some cow patties out there in the pasture. It is a holiday today. It is bicycle day. So
What?
Yeah.
Is today bicycle day of Albert Hoffman?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a great day. I thought you just meant it was just bicycle day. No. I was like, bicycle day? I was like, what? But if it's Albert Hoffman bicycle day, fucking thank God for that day, fucking, because holy shit. I don't know if I'd be sitting here right now if it wasn't for that fucking guy riding a bicycle and fucking trying his own shit.
God bless him.
What year was that? 1930?
38, I believe.
That means we are entering into, with Uranus over the next year, if it's 1938, we are entering into when Uranus was exactly about to return when the bicycle ride happened, which means that somebody on the planet is about to create an experiment that will go right.
It was 43.
It was 43 in the middle of the war?
Yeah.
The motherfucker was riding a bicycle on LSD that he tried never before in the middle of World War II, in the middle of where the World War was happening. He was a German scientist.
Yep. He's Swiss.
Or he was Swiss?
Yeah.
Well, at least they were kind of neutral in that whole thing. Wow.
He ingested 250 microgram dose.
That's a big
The
dose.
amount predicted to be a threshold dose.
That's mind-blowing. 1943, so it was Uranus and Gemini when that happened. Okay, so don't get too excited, kids. That means that all the fucking experiments, this even proves more that the experiments that they're trying to pull in science labs right now are all going to go bad, just like they did with Uranus and Taurus with Hitler and all these fucking things. And so, The shedding is real. I'm going to start trending that. Can we start trending that? The shredding is real. Hashtag the shredding is real. The shedding. And the shredding, but the shedding is real. Okay, so I know Taurus is one of readings their birthday. Fuck. The shedding is real. Here's a good question while I'm shuffling. If you were with somebody who got the shedding shot, if you wore a condom and had sex with them, do you think you'd be safe?
No. No, I mean, it's probably in the saliva, probably.
That's what they're saying,
all
yeah.
that.
Or even the sweat.
The sweat. And when you lick the sweat off someone's ass, that's definitely.
Yeah, that would be like
it's gonna shed.
Ultra dose of protein spikes.
Yeah, it's gonna shed.
Yeah,
you just
a lot of protein spikes that the body's being told to do for the rest of your life. Just keep making that same protein spike forever.
Right.
Wow. All right. Well, no wonder, Taurus, it was taking a minute to get to you because the Three of Swords came up right away. That is the heartbreak card. But we're going to find good... Well, and the challenge is the Ten of Cups of the ultimate love story. The overall is the Star card here, and your way through this is the Page of Cups. Interesting. Taurus, well, I feel like for you, Taurus, one thing is it feels like you're probably at your wit's end about your love story not working out. That could be you've been single and it just feels like it's always heartbreak to those that are in a relationship that just constantly is not working. The Star card is saying that like you got to let all that shit, whatever it's been, and take it from the now as a fresh new start and not hold any old resentment, especially, and I'm going to go a little astrology here. Mercury, Uranus, Venus conjunct this week, square Saturn. The sun is in your sign. It's time for a new start. And it's time for you to take more responsibility over that. Time changes. And like this to me is a reading saying the past and what has happened and what you're feeling now is resentment about shit that has gone down or how things have gone down in your love life. And Page of Cups, be open to new emotional situations, even if they're whatever they are, and go with the fresh. It's like a fresh start. Now, if you're trying to do this from a relationship standpoint that it's been gut-wrenching heartbreak and you're trying to give somebody a second chance and they have like really been fucked up, I would say no, but we're going to get more clear on that right now. I'm really, well, here, we'll use the tattoo deck here. What's going on with that Three of Swords here? What is going on? Four of Cups reversed. Yeah, it's like, I feel like you're heartbroken because you've missed out on a gift that you know was a gift, but you pushed it away. You've pushed away a gift. Tauruses, what the fuck's going on? Why do you keep pushing away? We're not showing up. Why is that Star card coming up? Two of Swords. Yeah, it's like stop thinking so much about these huge decisions that need to be made. Just go emotionally into what's going on. Because I think that you get caught up in your head too much here. That Two of Swords is like, stop doing that and stop putting this blindfold to, or it's distracted energy. I think that you get distracted and it's like you need to find a much more equilibrium place. And I think that a lot of it is just like, let the past be the past. Let bygones be bygones. If you have this great offering that's coming up in your life right now, if it's from the universe and it feels divine, don't overthink it. Just go with, there's an answer. You can have this beautiful Ten of Cups love story. You don't need to live in this fucking heartbreak city. But I got a feeling that you heartbroke somebody, but you're taking it on as they heartbroke you, but you were pushing away the energy. That Four of Cups reversed inside of yourself, knowing something was a gift, but maybe you weren't ready for the gift yet. Maybe now you are. We're going to find out what's going on. What the fuck's going on here? You got the truth. I mean, the truth's coming out about that, and I'll be real. Like that's me being very Saturn about the truth here. And I think that, the responsibility is on you about the heartbreak. It's not on the other person. It's on what you have done or maybe you keep feeling that somebody else missed your gift. Maybe they did, but maybe it was because of you not showing up for the gift originally, right? So then it's a natural thing. But the Saturn truth is you got to be responsible for your own shit. You got to take responsibility and move past this and move on and grow up. There's a grow up element to what is happening right now with you about growing up, about your love story, and taking more seriously about what you're doing. You got the grounded element. It's time to ground. God, you could have the ultimate love right now that shows up in your life. You got grounded, you got fucking Page of Cups, and you got the 10 of Cups. But this is the challenge, is that you're too afraid to anchor in the emotions that show up, probably because of trust, that you think that when somebody shows up with emotion that you don't believe that it can go to that ultimate. You're putting too many things in your head that come in between those two places. What would that be? I just want to know, what would that be? Fucking Ace of Swords. You think that that's impossible to have the ultimate truth and the ultimate clarity just out of nowhere? You think that there's too many steps. That's the issue. It's like the unwritten handbook of dating and love that you after 2 dates and then we kiss, and after 12 months you know somebody, and da. That's your fucking problem. Ground in that you can have from emotion to glory. That's what being a Taurus is knowing that you can have the best. And the best, you know, right away when you go pick up that handbag. The best is right away when you get that leather interior instead of that cloth. The best is when you always pick the fucking car that has a fucking sunroof and not fucking just a hard top without no sunroof. Your shadow is the triumph of lies. Well, you know, I think that's, again, another past shadow. It's like the insecurity about truth and about lies and especially about trust. No wonder you're in that heartbreak city. Your only guiding light here is this Ace of Swords that's trying to, I think, come in the middle of this and saying that you can bridge together and get to the ultimate life. And this Star card that's saying start from fresh and new. And this is like wiping out all of your past stories. And then even the truth is aligned with this Page of Cups here that's aligned with this Ace of Swords that's aligned with this. Look at this. Just like this is the real ladder. The truth is that emotions can go to destiny, greatness, of beauty, and open up the world and come from that fresh space. But don't go this way. Don't go into the darkness. It's from the heartbreak because emotions were sent up that you just think it's just like some like untrustworthy situation or untrustworthy things. Like you got to look at your own untrustworthiness first. Ganesha is saying,
Ganesha, what are you saying to me?
Openness. Look at this. Yeah. I mean, I think that it's time to open up and be more open to what's been going on. But there's definitely a big heartbreak here, Taurus, that's gone on in your life. But I think it's about open to the new stories and open to the new way. You know, not holding resentment either, being open. Well, if you're a single Taurus out there now, or you're single, the 10 of Wands reversed, it's like if you're going to show up with a lot of weight, it's not going to work. So, or if you're coming with somebody and they're thinking you are too much weight or it's too much, run away. And relationship, Taurus, is Knight of Pentacles. It's time to move towards something that's actually you can go co-create together, or you need to start moving again in the relationship because it's stalled out and just kind of like just there. It almost feels like you guys haven't done any housework, or you guys are just kind of like moping around, or you haven't even changed the sheets maybe in a couple of weeks. Like I'm just getting weird shit from spirit right now. It's like the relationship's stagnant because the life is stagnant and things need to move again. And there needs to be some sort of goal to attain, to do something with. And that's the problem. You pulled Mars and Scorpio in the 7th house. Oh, definitely it's time to penetrate for what you really want and go for what you really want in your life. And also need to know how to attract that in, but you also need to know how to seize the moment in relationships and commit and not be afraid of fear and not be afraid of trust. I can tell you, I was born with Mars and Scorpio. I ain't afraid about trust issues. Like if some bitch wants to fucking lie to me or cheat on me, whatever, I'll fucking find the ultimate then after that. I'm not going to trip and stop my life and hold on to that and be like, I'm never going to find anything.
No, you can, and a lot of people do. You know, you talk about that stagnant. You know, that's when the festering comes. That's when the rotting comes. That's when, you know, the stagnant water that you're not supposed to drink on a hike unless you got yourself a life straw. Do you have a life straw? You know, you're going to get that lymphatic system pumping when it comes to your love life. It's only you're going to be able to do the work to get that flowing again. It's not just going to flow all by itself. It's not just some magic carpet ride, you know. You got to be an active participant when it comes to love. And that's with relationships. So that's when if you're single, you know. You can't just check out and not actually be the guide. Okay? It takes two to tango, and it takes one to actually know the dance so that you can actually have that flow in life. So maybe you got to learn some new tricks. Maybe you got to open yourself up. Open up that heart chakra. You know, maybe go ground yourself a bit, huh? Walk around with some no shoes on. Find yourself a nice little dirt patch and just go make a little fire with your feet. Rub them real quick, a little Fred Flintstone action. Whatever it takes to get it pumping again, you got to do it.
I was about to go grab a live straw, but it's in my backpack in the music studio.
Yep.
We are in the last 3 signs, and who is next? Geminis. What? Gemini? You know, Disneyland's opening back up 25% capacity, and they sold out tickets, I think, all the way till July.
Yeah, I believe that. I had a friend that was there this weekend, actually.
Was that Disneyland?
Yes. Yeah. She's a big Disney fanatic. She lives in Arizona, and she was supposed to have her bachelorette party there last year, but that didn't work. So they did one this weekend.
So they got a little wild with Goofy and fucking Donald Duck.
Little Donald Duck, little quack, quack.
Little quack, quack. You know, everybody, just so you all know, my favorite is Donald Duck in the whole Disney.
Can you do the Donald Duck voice?
I just like Donald Duck because you kind of don't know what he's saying, but you kind of do. He just, oh my God, you know, like, and he's just cool and he's always doing something. Like, Donald Duck's fucking dope. I feel like Mickey's boring. And two, like, you know, oh, yeah, just always doing the right thing. Donald Duck is like a little wild, and I think Goofy's just too goofy. And at the end of the day, I would feel like I was Donald Duck. Although probably most people would see me as more Mickey, but I'm not Mickey. Mickey, yeah, maybe unless I'm Mickey, I would be Mickey in South Park.
Right, that's what I was about to say. Mickey and Randy, fucking.
You're Randy.
I'm definitely Randy. Some Taggarty.
That is true. Fucking.
Yeah,
Tomorrow's
a holiday also.
We're doing a sale. Pandemic sale.
You had a pandemic special.
Here's your pandemic special. All right. Geminis. Weird week for Geminis. They're going deep into the 12th house out of nowhere. Very heavy, too. Deep. With big squares to the 9th. That's going to be a challenge.
Deep. The depths of your soul.
It just means their stories are definitely, their subconscious stories or things. Some things need to end to open up better doors. All right. Queen of Swords in reversed. Death card reversed. High Priestess reversed. Ooh. What's going on with these Geminis? Empress reversed. Gemini. Caution to the wind. Especially, I feel like this is with this Queen of Swords. Like, I don't think you know exactly where you're going. And I think your challenge is ending something that has questioned. Anybody that you've been questioning, you've been on the fence about, that you've put a lot of energy into, especially recently or right now as you're doing this reading, it's like, why are you so afraid to fucking put an end to it? It's like you're bouncing back and forth and you're not listening to your guides. That High Priestess reversed, you're not listening to your gut. You're listening to your head too much, but you're circling around in your head and you're trying to justify something. And then you got this Empress reverse, which is saying, don't put any energy into anything that is something that you know. Spirit is saying, like, you probably shouldn't go down that road. You're afraid to put an end to it, though. You think it's going to keep bringing you, especially that Empress reversed with that Death card is like, no, there's something more there. It's like you're seeking to find more out of somebody that there's nothing there. I feel like with this Queen of Swords, too, we're going to find out right now that it's somebody that just kind of swept in. Knight of Wands, they did. I can't make that shit up. Somebody swept in quick, and now you're like, I don't know. because they came off like they had all this fire towards you, but it's not the direction you want to go.
Would you say they came in like a wrecking ball?
No, they came in like a fucking like this looks glorious. But that Queen of Swords is like, this isn't the direction I want to go. And then there's like this fear of ending it and giving too much, trying to give too much to something that's really not going to go anywhere that you want to go. And that High Priestess reversed is really concerning because it's with that King of Swords. Like, you think that you are justified and right against your guides. You're justifying your own mind that's not going where you want to go. So this is like a scenario of, why are you going to continue to give something to some energy that came really fast in and it really has gone fast out, but you're trying to keep it as fast in a weird way. But also it's weird because it's more of an internal thing. On the outside, it might not look like it because that Empress is reversed and that Death card is there. It's just like you still are keeping it as an option. Even though you're like, this is like, I got a feeling like, especially with the Queen of Swords reversed, this person said they were going in a certain direction and they really weren't. It was like you found out that they're not going in the direction that you thought they were going. Like they said they're doing this with their direction, they're really not. Yeah, you pulled the Aquarius card. Could be an Aquarius. But it's like, you know, I think that you need to realize, I know that there's this whole King of Swords thinking you know, but you need to listen to the divine and what it knows. The divine is what knows. And I think that you need to look into different places. You need to kind of disconnect Aquarius and see this from a better angle. Because I think that you've been too entrenched. And I think you've already probably arrived here, but you need to like know that that's the right thing. I think that this is like a confirmation reading for Geminis to kind of really look at, you know, a satellite view of things a little bit more. This will tell us all. Look at that release. Bam. With the Death card reversed, you know there's somebody that's got to be released here. They came in quick. Hopefully a lot of Aquarius vibe energy too. Sun, moon, or rising. We'll confirm what the Aquarius thing. The Sun card. Sun in Aquarius. What's going on with the shadow? Oh, the colorless fucking angel. I'm sorry to say, you know that this thing's lacking a lot of shit, Gemini. It's fucking like false light. Nice, but boring. Your justification of that it's maybe good to have nice and boring is leaving you empty. And you're not going to be able to grow anything or build anything. You might even make more than this person or have more to offer than this person really has to offer. What does Ganesha have to say?
Ganesha, Gemini, Ganesha.
Clear your energy. Oh my God. Can it get more clear? Can it get more fucking clear?
Going clear.
I think Geminis need to kind of like whoop and kind of go, what's the new fucking thing that is possible? If you're a single Gemini out there, Page of Swords, it's time for you to really like look at what's really stimulating you in your life. Also, there's like, you know, you need to be smarter about things. And who you're dating and who's really of the truth, who's not. If you're in a relationship, King of Cups, you're clearing the energy of, well, that you're so secure emotionally in something that you're so secure in an emotional situation of a bland, colorless thing that you're not listening to your guides, that you're comfortable with that. Like, that's what you need to clear. I'm going to pull one card over that, clear your energy. What is that? Boom. 4 of Pentacles. You should like be taking this clear your energy as the ultimate, but I feel like you're clearing your energy because you're holding on too tight to something that's fucking shitty. You got the Earth in the 10th house in Virgo. Ugh. Or it could be part of fortune. There was no thing that came with this thing. It's like, I'm looking at it like, I'll give it both. Like the fortune is in you taking responsibility over figuring out what really works for your life. But if it's the Earth in the 10th in Virgo, you got to look at the opposite of Virgo, which is Pisces, which is trying to take responsibility over your fucking dreams that really are not meeting your reality. Or your illusions that are not meeting reality.
Yeah, it could be kind of.
Look at that. Sun in Aquarius.
Sun in Aquarius. Going clear. Maybe they're a Scientologist.
They have major Aquarius energy around them.
And? You're thinking that it's Sun?
Huh? Yeah. I mean, I pulled. I was like, let's find out what it is. It's Sun in Aquarius.
Right. Right.
Knight of Wands, like it's like a fake Leo.
Yeah, you could be still living in the false hope that this relationship or this individual is going to change, or maybe you're trying to implement your life onto them. When you kind of just have to see what it is. Individuals aren't going to change for you. Maybe they are. That does happen every once in a while. But are they really truly doing it because of you, or are they trying to find the happiness within inside themselves? So you have to be honest and upfront as to what your goals are and to what this individual is doing. And how you're going to actually implement them in your life and how you see that longevity of it. Don't hold on to false hopes that an individual is going to change, or this love is going to appear out of thin air. You got to be upfront. You got to see it for what it is. You got to go clear. Scientology. Here.
Oh, you and your Scientology. Leo. Meow. And then the last sign after this is Libras. Libras are last. Wow. All right, Leos, let's see what's going on. I'm trying to reset this deck. This deck was used a lot today. We are definitely resetting this deck.
That's a full reset right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Sometimes you do have to do, it all depends. For me to reset a deck, I have to do that. That's just like my way of doing it. I'm just like, okay, I saw a couple cards fall out in order, but they were different, of course, in upright or whatever. But when I see that I saw that twice and I shuffled it a bunch, I'm like, okay, no, it needs where you pick, I do that. I swirl it all around and then I literally fucking pick from different sections. And I go underneath, and I go up there, and then I go up here, and then I go down there, and then I do this, and then I do that, and then I'll do that, and then I'll do this, and then I'll twist in half, like that, because I use reversals. A lot of people online, they don't use reversals. Have you noticed that? Except I don't even know. Actually, I haven't found a lot of tarot people using reversals. I'm like, what the fuck? No tarot people using reversals anymore? Like, what the fuck's going on?
I don't do reversals, but that's just how I learned. So,
every fucking tarot deck, if you get a Rider-Waite or you get it has reversals in there, and I'm like, why are people not using reversals? I guess I have been doing daily tarot since 2014.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, when I do look at the reversals, it's more of looking inward towards yourself.
I remember when people were upset that I was doing a daily tarot on my horoscope in 2014. They were mad. Like, oh my God, who does tarot every day? I'm like, I do. Now it's a thing. All right. Let's see what's going on, Leo. Keep being your Leo fucking self. We set trends. It's cool. Let them all fucking go do it. As long as you know that you fucking started it, that's better than fucking being well known and having a lot of followers. 9 of Cups reversed. Challenge is the Page of Swords. King of Pentacles is the overall. And the Lovers reversed with this Page of Swords to get through this. There's some liars out there fucking don't give too much abundance or too much of your emotional highs and energy to energy that's not clear. The challenge is being clear, and this Lovers reversed is like, don't go into love situations where clarity can't be done. It's like, and I'm feeling that Page of Swords. It's like people are saying something, but they're not able to walk the walk from their talk. And the overall is a King of Pentacles. So it's like only people who actually physically do what they say they're going to do, you can trust. Because I think that you're like, I'm going to be honest, and maybe I'm channeling this because I'm a Leo and I can feel it. Like Leos are like emotionally like, especially with all this Aquarius energy, but then all this Taurus now, like, you know, it's like Leos love to love, but it's like, if it's not real love, like if it's fake or somebody do it, it like leads to frustration and feeling like there's no abundance or no positive energy and feeling like giving a lot of energy and not receiving a lot. But this King of Pentacles is good because overall it's like, you know what you have, and you need to find somebody that knows what they have too and what abundance that they bring to the table. Like you can't just go frolic around in love and be hopeful about situations where there's no truth to the hopefulness that you have. Like they're not putting their money where their mouth is and so forth. Where was that? Oh, here it is. Let's see here. What's up with this Nine of Cups? Nine of Cups upright. So this is good. This is saying like, once you understand to not be so hopeful about something that really is not showing up as true, then the real gifts will show up. So I feel like this is kind of discerning like who's real and who's not weak. Who's really saying the truth and who's not. Because the Lovers is there. It's just reversed. It's like, don't give love to something that's not clear in the challenge position. King of Pentacles showed up with the Ace of Wands. So yeah, you're never going to be able to get to that ultimate new bang fucking fire of love when honestly, somebody doesn't know where they're at in their life. They don't know their value, or they have self-worth issues. That one might be coming up a lot. You can't make somebody feel better by you being in their life because guess what? They don't have self-worth. It should feel like they feel better having you in life because you both feel good about having each other in each other's life. It's almost like people like trying to get saved too. But also, you know, this could also be like, this could be a past love situation too, trying to come back and say things, and you have to like be discerning and see if they really are going to put their money where their mouth is. It could be somebody being like, oh, I miss you. And then really they're like with somebody else. You know, it's crazy. And I didn't want to believe it because a lot of other tarot people for Leo last week, I saw, because I once in a while will check on my YouTube and I just moved. So I actually like went and checked my YouTube subscriptions and was like, what is everybody else saying? And like all the readings were like, you're being lied to. And I'm like, what? And now I'm like, yeah, that looks like it's been going down. Like hiding stories. And it's so funny because people project that on Leos. Like Leos are hiding the stories. And it's like, well, I'm the one sitting here playing fucking Call of Duty at 3 a.m, you know? So Leo, be very cautious of who's telling the truth or who's not. Oh, I already picked the Ganesha card. Fucking revelation. So this is a big revelation happening.
Revelation.
About the truth, about who's really speaking the truth about love and who isn't. The overall that you got here is the 4th house. Like, who's only give the energy of who really wants to build roots with you and wants to build the ultimate, like the full roots. Who's guaranteed in your soil with you? Who's guaranteed in the castle? Who's really a guarantee? And I know there's no guarantees in life, but there's a guarantee of like there's a plenty of abundance that wants to be rooted in. Wow, look at that jealousy card. Leos might get jealous of who the other person is if they find out the truth. But also at the same time, somebody might be kind of jealous of you. I don't know. That one's we're gonna need more clarity on that. The revelation is a jealous thing of somebody not telling the truth and not. I almost get a feeling that Leos this week are going to be dealing with people who are lying to them and then finding people who aren't. And then almost like moving into the people who aren't and the people who are lying getting jealous. And that's a crazy revelation, but we'll give one more card to that jealousy card. It has to deal with the 7 of Cups in reversed. You know what, Leos, you'll be jealous about something that is not worthy of being jealous about because you need to look at more of all your options instead of like only looking at this one option. And if it's not coming true, because like the 7 of Cups is like widen the variety, like, but it also could be the illusion too, right? But I've got a feeling that it's looking at that there's a lot of gifts out there and you deserve the best of gifts. And I don't think that you should be wasting your time with people who are putting illusions up to you. And there's nothing to be jealous about an illusion. What's the shadow here? Artificial heart. Well, yeah, you're not going to be able to do fake love and love somebody who's giving you an illusion. And so don't fall into that shadow. Don't fall into the shadow either that you can create love without the abundance of somebody knowing their worth and value and the value of you and willing to invest in you just as much as you're willing to invest in them. This is a bunch of like people who say they want to invest or want to do things, but then they really don't. And then there is this beautiful 9 of Cups that shows up that will be the roots that will actually do it. So it's like a weird week where you see what is the illusion and then you see what is truth, and then it's going to cause a lot of jealousy to I think a lot of people. And then, or if you're getting caught up in the illusion and that's your only option and it doesn't work out for you, then you're going to be jealous in the illusion, and that's not even worthy of being jealous about. Like if you're a single Leo out there, 6 of Pentacles. Again, this has to deal with your success, so watch out. This isn't about, being with somebody just because you can offer financial, goods to them and be their sugar daddy or be the sugar mama or shit like that. Like it's got to be equal on both sides. I feel like you're in a position of, material success, but I think that you're looking for somebody who has the same side of the material success as yourself. If you're in a relationship, Leo, you're dealing with the 5 of Cups reversed. There's definitely you and the partner that have been through a lot of sorrow. Maybe there was a revelation that's found out, and you're going to have to find a way to get out of that mess of that sorrow and that illusion and not hold it on you and see how deep it goes. If it goes very deep, it's like it's a parting ways. If it's something that you can shake off, then you can shake it off and have the revelation and at least move forward and see what's really there. The Astro dice are Pluto in Sag in the 6th house. So yeah, don't go committing to stories into your reality without looking at all of your options and making sure that you also believe that the reality that you really want is possible.
And don't go chasing waterfalls either.
Yeah.
Stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to, but be able to decipher the messages, be able to decipher the message in yourself as well. Not allow that flame to kind of be extinguished, not allow that energetic force to be dimmed down. When you find that peace within inside yourself, when you find that happiness, you'll be able to see that truth fully. You'll be able to see the individual for who they actually are, and you'll be able to see yourself in the light that needs to be. So you can't look down on yourself, and you can't get stuck in that thought process of, is this person not being truthful? Is this individual not being right for me? Just know it. Know if they're not being truthful. Know if they're not treating you right. Know if they're not standing up in the light that you need them to, and move on if need be. Or tell them to fucking get their shit together and step it up.
Somebody put in the chat, stop all the Leo hate.
Hate.
A lot of people hate Leos. Or somebody put as a good, Leos, we have a lot of friends, but people think that the whole friend thing is like, guess what? Kings have a big fucking royal court. The only way you can be a king or a queen is having a royal court. And I think that people can't handle the fact that Gemini is the rule of the 11th house for Leos, and it's North Node in Gemini, and fucking Leos have a lot of contacts. Like, if people don't believe me, like, oh, you didn't get back to me. It's like, well, like right now, if I were to look at my fucking phone, fucking 320 fucking text messages, 320, 65 missed calls, 130,000 emails. Try that. Try that life for one day. I dare you. And if you're one of those fanatics, like, I can't see all the notifications on my phone, they need to be cleared. Oh my God, you're going to have a fucking panic attack on my phone. Let's go. Last one, Libras.
Come on down. You've waited patiently all
Come
night.
on down.
Here's your time to shine.
Libra, if you win tonight's challenge, guess what? You get the t-shirt that Craig is wearing about staying 6 feet away because you have CV.
6 feet.
And
At a
if you were
minimum.
dumb enough, we'll put you in this corner and give you the jab. We'll give you 2 right now.
2 at once. Grab bag.
You were telling me about a story about one guy got the one
Yeah.
name and the other, and then he got the other jab accidentally from the other company.
He got
I wonder what that experiment in shedding's gonna feel like.
You got the P and the M.
Wow.
Lucky boy.
Well, no, yeah. Talk about PMS, fucking P and M shedding. Get it?
Well, that's been a whole thing that's going
Well,
on
the
now
good
in
one. I just
reports.
not on run right now.
Fucking up the women's.
Don't want none of that
menstrual
PMS
cycles.
shedding. Oh my god. Ah! Oh, are you doing okay? I'm giving you the fucking. Isn't this your guys' secret code? How's your PMS going? What? The P or the S that you got in the shedding that's going on? Ah! The shedding is real. Oh my god. Oh fuck. It was a dark night. My arm still hurted from the jab. I started to feel like I was falling away into the nothingness when I started to notice that I was shedding. I kissed my dog, and my dog went out. Everybody around me started having their menstrual cycles go crazy. So I went for my second jab, and the shedding got more intense. I'm speaking to you from Purgatory now, since I didn't make it. All right, Libra, that was a wonderful, beautiful fucking bedtime story for you before your love reading. Let's see what's going on in your love life. 10 of Cups reversed. The Moon card reversed as your challenge. Page of Pentacles upright as your overall. And the way you get through this is the Page of Cups. Well, oh man, Libra, here is the most beautiful love story of all time. The 10 of Cups and it's reversed. What are you missing out on the ultimate love story? Are you holding on to a love story that you think is great, but it's not, or it's end, or it's come to its end? Hey, come on. Oh man, the Moon card reversed is the challenge. Oh, there's so many hidden secrets about what you really feel and what's really going on. And it's like, or it's like been that way. And it's time to fucking make a change. This Page of Pentacles is like, you need to make offers, and offers are coming in of the truth of what is really the good shit. And you got a Page of Cups. You need to be honest in what emotions you really want in your life, because I don't think that you want to keep dealing with this suppressed emotional like love story that didn't go right, or the love stories that don't keep going right. You just keep choosing weird love stories that just are not fucking the real rainbow over the fucking cups. And I think that it's like you need to understand the offers that are being made to you a lot better, and you need to put your emotions to the offers that really you can see are going to lead to this place, instead of like hypothetically thinking. Like, it's like, if you really want to love a story and you're with somebody who's like, I'm a polygamist. It's like, well, he's hot and I'll go on the date. It's like, fucking not going to work. Like, this is about being just like very smart. And also for some Libras, they're holding on to stories that really are not the love story at all. We're going to find out what that is all about. We're going to use the Vampirist deck to get you some very contrasty energy to these little beautiful fucking gilded tarot cards here. Why is this 10 of Cups reversed? We got the Hermit. Yeah, well, that's the crotchety card. But I think, maybe it's time to be crotchety about, like, if it's not the ultimate fucking story, like, why am I doing it? I think that you have been retreating deep inside of yourself and realizing, yeah, this is not that great. The way my whole love life is going. And I think that it's like who you're choosing. I mean, it's like, I know that sounds so cliche too, but it's like you're choosing some weird offers that never would have gone there, or you're staying in situations and you want your life to change, but how are you going to bring something good in when you're still holding subconsciously onto some really suppressed emotional positions in the challenge position here? You could also be dealing with, people who are damaged goods and trauma. And it's like, you're taking that on, or you're dealing with somebody who just doesn't really show up with emotion. So how's that going to be that great? Or that, you know what? They're not passionate, and that's making you crotchety. It's making you a little upset about love. 6 of Wands upright. I mean, you know what? It's time for you to go get your victories, Libra. This is great reading, but I think that you can only get your victories to what you really want when you finally start discerning, like, this isn't really what I want happily, or this is like emotionally not going good. I feel emotionally repressed. Like, cut the story off. Page of Cups is looking for fun, but not fun that's like crazy fun. There's I think a lot of people, and this one with the Pisces reading, and I just am feeling this overall as well with the energy, especially with this Mars and Cancer that's coming, is wholesomeness. Like, just going to a party just to go fucking have fun, to have a fling of an offer, is never going to do a 10 of Cups situation right now. Like, these are more deeper, enriching things that are trying to have a victory. It's a serious quest towards that victory, and a great offer that can offer great victories. And that's what you need to move towards, is the better offers. I think that or stop staying in the relationship that I know so many fucking in relationship Libras that are literally in like such trapped positions. And they're just like, I'll just deal with it. It's like, that's not the way to deal with relationships. You're the one who teaches us about it. Look at this, 3rd house messages. I mean, this is definitely the Eye of Horus coming in to be like, let's overlook this and let's look at the truth. Because I think that you need to look at the truth, and I think that you need to speak the truth instead of being crotchety and like, I'm retreating and I don't want to talk to it. Or a lot of Libras, even if you're single maybe, are like kind of trying to retreat. But no, you got to be honest about the truth, and you're never going to get the ultimate. You think you can retreat and get to the ultimate? No, you can't retreat, meaning all by yourself and kind of, I'm going to just not go into love. Like, you need stimulation. You'll be very like Libras are going to be dealing with kind of being crotchety in their own little space. Get out of that space and come back and just make better choices, and realize that you need to focus on what the ultimate happy goal is in your life instead of holding on to the one that's not. You did pull the Courage card. So I was just like saying, like, don't go retreat into your own little world here. Like, have the courage to make better choices of where you want to put your emotions, and ones where, you're not repressing emotions, and one also with people who are not emotionally showing all their cards, because that's showing up a lot. And I think that you're also not showing your cards emotionally too. I'm going to be honest with that. Your shadow card that you pulled out is today for tomorrow. Another confirmation of like, if you're going to stay doing what you're doing today, it will be exactly what will be tomorrow. It's not till you make a change today that tomorrow will be different. So this week, every day that goes by, the longer you wait, the worse, right? Because you could have had it earlier. Like, make the change today. Take the better offers today. Make a change and speak up today. Take the courage to speak about your emotions that are being suppressed today, and you'll see the change tomorrow. But this is like you continually feeling like you're in a 10 of Cups situation reversed. That is like the never-ending story of almost got the love, but it's really not, or it looks good, but it's not, and it doesn't end up, and it's not. It's never it. It's the fascia. It's the false front. What does Ganesh have to say? Steadfastness. You got to stay steadfast and keep going in the direction that you really want to go in life. Don't give up, but also don't go steadfast into energy that's keeping you away from the victory that you want. Like, that steadfastness should be right here and going towards the victory that you want, instead of going towards being the hermit and like going where I'm running away and keeping this a false energy alive. Like, there's a huge artificial energy that you're keeping alive that is holding away the ultimate situations to come in. If you are, and what is this whole, why are you hermiting from a 10 of Cups reversed? 10 of Pentacles reversed. So it's a home life situation that didn't go right. It's a foundational issue that didn't go right. It's not able to create the foundation that you want. If you're a single Libra, the Lover's card. It's time for you to find where the real love story is, Libra. Fuck, you got a great fucking card. But if you're in like other love stories and it's not fully love and the ultimate love story, like get out of them so you can let the true love story in. If you're in a relationship, Libra, 5 of Wands, you need to confront. You need to get into some fucking conflict here. You need to actually like get in the truth, and you need to not be afraid to spit the truth out. It's taking that courage. It's taking that North Node Saturn energy, and it's like learning to take responsibility in your life. It's also very like learning that responsibility and showing up and being honest. And even though it's confronting a situation, will change the situation. You pulled Neptune in the 9th in Aries. So the illusionary stories that you identify with need to be looked at, but you can have the story that's dreamy that you want, but you have to be willing to let go of the stories that didn't turn out the way that you wanted to in order to get the story that you really want. So there's a lot of cleaning house in your ego and trying to fight for this belief in something that isn't going to get there, especially because you've already seen the illusion, and it's time for you to believe in the non-illusion and believe that there is the gut instinct and the guides of where you know is the real story that you want, and to not be afraid to take that Aries definition and that positive leap towards where spirit is trying to take you to go.
There you go. Where spirit. Allow spirit. Allow your spirit to guide you, you know? Don't just don't turn the volume down on your own life, you know, on your own beliefs and the truth that you know, and the truth that you want, the individual that you want. You know, but it comes down to that confidence in knowing yourself and knowing that you're on the right path and you're on the right track and that you can bring in anybody that you want. But it's also that believing. It's not just saying it or not just kind of throwing it out there into the universe, but you have to actually fully believe it. You have to put your life force behind it. You have to put that energetic force in there to actually bring that back fully. You got to be that gravitational pull here on Earth in your own existence.
Congratulations, everybody. You know, the shedding is real. And we can laugh about that in other ways, but also there's just the shedding of what is no longer true in our love lives. And that the universe works in weird ways. While there are people viral shedding, whether it's from that or not, there are people who are viral shedding in other viruses, right, in life, right? Spiritually speaking. And we are all, I think, shedding a lot of what is no longer serving us. And we need wholesome truth. And Taurus and Cancer, where we're going to see Mars moving to Cancer and all this energy in Taurus this week with Venus, Mercury, and Uranus and the square to Saturn and Aquarius, is we can't connect to a world that isn't going to be all the way, got all the fucking goods and the emotional element and the ability to create, manifest. And so relationships where somebody isn't a manifester and they can't create and they have issues, like you can't keep mothering them. Especially for the ladies out there. These men that don't know how to fucking make it happen? God, really? You're going to stay in that through a Mars and Cancer? Holy shit.
Not up in here.
Not up in here.
Not up in this bitch.
Anyway, we wish you the best. It's a big week. We got a big full moon in Scorpio next week with a Pluto retrograde. And this whole entire moving fast story ends. This is the last week all the planets direct. I would not waste it. I already said last week was the peak out of it. This is really not peaky down anymore. Now it's like this is where you start seeing the doors close. And it's like, do you really want to be trapped in this hell relationship? Do you really want to stay unhappy and unfulfilled if you're single? Like, there's a lot of these questions for people, and whether or not you're going to jump and go to the doors or just keep sitting in that bed and watching this show and not doing anything about it. Love you all very much. Make sure that you join us on highvibe.tv, be a member, but more importantly, make sure that you get Purgatory. I cover this extremely about this year, but even more so about this time and go into a lot of the truther stuff. But more importantly, I cracked a code that nobody's cracked yet, and it is pretty gnarly. And I've gotten more praise and positivity than I ever have of anything I've ever done in my life and all my work. It's the greatest work I've ever done in my life. And I put a lot of time into it, and I gave everything that I had at this thing. Just go to highvibe.tv, push on Purgatory. You can watch a trailer about it. I'm actually making a trailer with some of the clips that are from it. But if you've been watching my Instagram and watching my stories about people putting it out there, you'll see why. Love y'all. See you on the next Deep Love Tarot.
See ya.